One too many quarters in my pockets. Count 'em like the 4-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
I'm in the, okay.
I gotta put this.
I'm in the living room today.
Okay, hold on. What were you saying?
Oh, I'm in the living room today.
I can't, you sound real, I can't hear you.
Hello? Oh, hang on. Can you hear me now?
No, you sound real faint. Let me see if
Okay.
it's me.
If anybody's out there, let me know if you can hear me.
Oh, maybe it was my phone. Talk.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It was my phone. It was me. Sorry about that. I'm telling you, I can't hear you and it's me doing it. Let me just fix this phone. Gotta fix this ring light. The ring light is like, I don't know. It's just maybe gonna need a new one pretty soon.
The day just ran past, but blew by me.
Really?
Yep, I did a live today, and before I knew it, I had to go get batteries, and then I had to go get dinner. So,
well, I saw you. Well, I was going to watch you, and then all of a sudden something fell sideways, and I thought, I think her camera's sideways.
my camera went sideways, and then I got it back up again.
Oh, okay.
It's the Insta360.
Oh, okay. And then
I have to go back and edit that out.
Huh?
I have to go back and edit all that out.
All right. Well, I'm Cindy with Cindy Lifestyle and More, and if you're new to our, this is my sister Lisa, and we do live streams, but we have our own channels, and we're starting to do live streams together. And I do skincare, makeup, and some blogging, of course, live. And then Lisa, what do you do?
Lifestyle. I have 3 topics, well, 2 heavy ones right now.
Uh-huh.
I do, cooking and gardening.
Right. You're on projects.
I got my babies.
Yes. Hello, the days of my life. Welcome. We're happy you're here. So I was trying to get a hold of you. I was trying to get a hold of my sister, Lisa, to see what she would like to talk about today, but I guess she was busy. So we will get started. So how was your week? What you said, you've been busy with projects and things like that. So let's get started with that. So you've been busy with your week.
I started a faceless channel earlier in the month. I'm not going to tell you what the faceless channel is about. I'm not going to tell you about the faceless channel or anything. I'm just going to say I started a faceless channel, and it's going to just keep going. It's all short form content right now. I'm going to do 2 months of short form, and then I'm going to start progressing into long form.
So if it's faceless, do you show your hands?
It's AI, artificial.
Oh, it's AI. Yeah. I guess it's the new thing, right?
I thought I would try it, and a friend of mine challenged each other and said, let's do an AI channel. I said, okay. It's the month of September. You might as well post 30 days. And I'm doing it, but my friend hasn't really started it yet. So we were supposed to start at the beginning of the month.
Oh, so you guys are supposed to be doing it together?
Yeah, it was a little like challenge, a little nudge.
Right, right. Okay.
One of the things, what I've learned is that you don't tell anybody about your channel.
Okay.
You're just supposed to just let YouTube and the algorithms carry the channel as they please.
All
So
right.
it will find the audience for you. So that's what
All
I'm doing.
right. I want to say hi to Facebook. So we got 3 people. We got 3 views going on right now. So Facebook is also here. We want to
I'm
say
going to check
welcome.
out your Facebook page.
It's under Cynthia Moore. I'm trying to get my Cindy Lifestyle and More up because I think with Facebook you have to have 100 or more so you can have live. So my personal one, I have a
Oh,
lot.
I didn't know that. Okay.
I was reading it up. Okay, so I went on Facebook and find out how to okay, let's back up. So when I went to go on Facebook for our live stream, I
Okay.
put Cindy Lifestyle and More, and it said it couldn't do it, that it wasn't in par to do it. I think it's because it doesn't have 100. So I'm building that Facebook page. And then I have my regular one, which is not like a business Facebook page.
Okay.
So I'm able to use my regular Facebook. So I have 3, Cindy Lifestyle and More, then I have the acting one, then I have the regular.
It's Cindy Moore.
Okay. My regular Facebook page is Cynthia Moore.
Okay. That's the one that you're streaming
On live, right? Because I'm able to put it on there.
Okay.
And then I also have Cindy Lifestyle and More. And I thought you were on. Did you not join my group?
No.
I didn't pay attention properly.
You have to know that my channel is a ghost channel. I don't go to it. I just ghost and I post and ghost.
Okay.
You know, I'm not friendly with that organization.
I know, but it's nice for the people that do Facebook because I have friends on it. I have some, like I was saying before, I got people that do that and they don't do YouTube. There's
Right.
people just do Instagram and there's people that just do TikTok. So I'm trying to surround myself in all of them. Now, I can also do Instagram, but I'm not because I'm not the host. So I can't do like right now, I think I can do Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I don't do TikTok. I just do TikTok. It's very light. But since I'm not the host, I just do Facebook and YouTube. And that's fine. That's fine.
That's what my friend Lauren and I were talking about that today.
About what?
We talked about where to post where to spend most of your time. Like we had a group. I belong to a coaching group every Tuesday. We get in and we hop in. It's live.
Right.
And it's people who do pretty much everything. There's vloggers. There's people who do Amazon. The Amazon FBA. There's people who do that. And there's people who do content, coaching, all kinds of crazy stuff. So it's about a gamut of everybody. And they were talking, but it all entails you have to have everything at least on social media. And there's people who are advanced and people who are beginners. So
right.
One of the beginners, I'm like the only one. I'm literally like the only one who is hardcore into YouTube.
Now, my question is it on Facebook that you meet up with everybody?
No, we have a Zoom call.
Oh, a Zoom call. Okay.
But, I mean, of everybody, I'm like the only one who's hardcore. Like 100%, I got everything going. Everybody else is on TikTok or Facebook.
Okay.
And so sometimes comments come up about me in the group about YouTube. And one person said, yeah, I'm thinking about doing YouTube, but I don't want to stretch myself too thin. So I said, well, in this group, we had conversations prior to you joining. And one of the conversations the coaches talked about, where do you spend 99% of your time on? And wherever you spend 99% of your time on, focus on posting in that when you're starting out. Focus on posting. So I said I spend 99% of my time on YouTube and Rumble.
Okay.
So I post on YouTube and on Rumble. And on Facebook, I just post and ghost. I post and then
Yeah. And that's fine. Yeah. And that works. So you're like how I'm on TikTok. I just put a couple of things on and then I don't put too much on. And that's fine.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because for me, it becomes a big job. And it's just
And then you want to get to that point where you ask yourself, are you doing this full time now, or are you doing it as part time or as a hobby? I still think I'm doing it more like part time hobby.
mhm,
I'm obviously not doing YouTube full time,
mhm.
but I know that there's people in our group who either lost their jobs
Yeah.
and who are want to leave their jobs, and they're hardcore. I mean,
On the group that you attend to once a week.
they're hardcore in that platform. Like some people are hardcore 100% 8 hours a day Facebook.
Now, is this group that you belong to? It's for social media people, right? For content creators. You all meet. And is there a charge for it? Is there people have to pay for this group?
Yeah, it's a life. I paid 1,500 for the lifetime. 1,500, just one flat fee. And I've been on this group now since 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I got a return on my investment for sure.
You have.
Yeah. And they also offer other things they sell, but I don't buy any of them.
So do you mean that you got a return on your investment from getting paid from TikTok and YouTube? Because you had the viral? Okay.
And also, and not just that, also just the fact that they're there for you live every 2 weeks, every day, every 2 weeks. I mean, every week, regardless.
So you're happy. You thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all that matters. If you feel, do you think it's good for people who are considering to be a social media to go in a group or just get started? I mean, what do you think? Because you've kind of done different groups.
We had that conversation last week. If you want to do this, try it yourself for free. Just start recording yourself.
Yeah.
Ask yourself if you like it or not.
Right.
But don't invest any quick money in it yet.
Right.
But if you find that it's something you enjoy and you want to do more, or maybe you want to really seriously learn more, then you want to then invest.
Okay.
And the best thing I invested in was Group Juice that I belong to. And it's, I don't know how much it is now, but they have like 3 or 4 tiers. So I got in I bought their package that was $1,500, but it doesn't include private coaching.
Okay.
$1,500 I bought it for was a lifetime.
Yeah.
They do offer coaching. It's like $2,000 a year.
Wow.
Per year. And then they have one-on-one. One-on-one is $4,000 a year. And the one-on-one, they do everything. They build out your page, they build out your links, they build everything out. The only thing they don't do is the actual video, but what they do is you do the video, you post it, but they build everything else out. That's crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
But the people I know who pay that much money, they're already making money.
Yeah.
But because I don't invest or because I don't spend a lot, it takes a little bit longer for somebody who's doing it on their own. So
okay. I was putting on my makeup. I just put some lipstick on because I was doing laundry and some other things. I cleaned the birds, and Mom came in my mind because I was thinking of that. I go, I remember when Dad says, do you need to go to the store? Because remember, Mom didn't drive. Dad did all the driving. And she felt like, did you ever notice back in the day, our moms and our friends, the only thing they wore was a lipstick?
No, I don't remember.
When they went to the store, like a grocery store, they would make sure they had their lipstick on, and they had one lipstick in their purse. Like Mom never had, maybe two. And I was just thinking of some of her friends that would go to the grocery store, any store, and just go to the store. And I remember our neighbors to pull out a lipstick. That's all they needed was just a lipstick to go to the store. They didn't want to have an empty face.
Yeah.
But they wanted to make sure they had some color. And then I started thinking about, because nowadays, a lot of times when you watch people that put on makeup, they'll say, a shadow, a blusher, or a bronzer, or something like that. But back in the day, they just put on a lipstick. That was it. Because lip gloss wasn't the thing. It was lipsticks. And then I was thinking about grandma. I don't know what brought grandma. I guess because I was looking at some photos. And grandma, the only thing she wore was powder. I remember her on the side of her face.
Yeah.
Was the powder, like a loose powder. I can still see that. Like they didn't wear foundation because she was from the 20s, 1930s. So grandma wore her lipstick, her rouge, her powder. I don't even know if she wore mascara. I don't wear mascara.
I don't wear mascara.
I'm sure you don't.
I might have to get Botox real soon. I'm crinkling up like an old fart. But other than that.
But I mean, I don't even, she had her little round rouge, her powder. Maybe she had mascara. I don't remember. And I used to go in her bathroom
and put the powder on.
Yeah.
Pressed powder, that type of powder.
I don't know what made me think of that today. Something just popped up and I just thought of it. And grandma and mom came in my mind about the lipstick and the little rouge and the powder,
That reminds me that I still have the ladies who come in and ask me for Pond's
cold cream.
They tell me that they use it to take off their makeup.
Yeah.
Okay. And she says it also moisturizes your face. So I was like, okay.
Well, that's what they took off their makeup was big lather of cream and then got a tissue or warm washcloth, I guess, and then just remove it. And I don't remember eye makeup remover. I don't know if she wore eye makeup. I don't remember, but I remember the rouge, the lipstick, and the powder. So what are you doing in the living room today and not in your office?
I didn't have time to put it together, and Lance is in there right now. Well, going in and out.
Okay.
But
that's okay.
He's got his taxes that he needs to take care of.
Oh, his quarterly taxes. I remember those days.
Gathering up all the paperwork and stressing out. So I said, okay, I'm out. I don't need to be here.
I remember those days. You're not getting anything back, but you're not getting it. You're just paying a few dollars. It was like, you're not getting anything back, but you're paying a few. Okay. So my monthly payments. Monthly payments for years. I remember those days.
Hopefully, Mr. President will end all that and we'll be free.
Lisa's like waiting for the moment, that moment.
I mean, now I have no problem discussing my alliance.
Hi, Andy on TV3.
We used to all have to keep it damn secret. Now we don't have to keep it secret anymore.
Right.
So, everybody knows my alliance now. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. I got it. You're making sure.
I got big old heart from Andy. That's right, Andy. I don't know if you agree with me, but I don't give a shit.
Not today, right?
You got to keep me off Facebook. I don't write in Facebook, but I know that my husband, he's a Facebooker.
I just cut loose a friend a bit.
And we just, we just cut loose a friend today.
Oh.
So, just an FYI. Hey, people cut me out of their lives 4 or 5 years ago.
Then there you go.
So you know what? You want to go ahead and sound your ass off and be a dumbass and sound like a piece of shit? We're cutting you off.
All right. It is what it is, right?
Hey,
you think about it.
I've kept my mouth shut for 8 effing years. I've kept my mouth shut, and I'm now just smile and take it. Just smile and take it. And now,
is it from Lance's friends?
oh, you know all his group.
Oh, okay.
So
So
it's
somebody in there.
Just
And you
smile
finally
and
said, I'm up to here.
you want to walk in my house, you want to talk the way you want to talk, and then I can't say anything in my own home. I'll just smile and take it. Now I'm just done.
You're like, that's it.
I'm done. I don't give a shit.
I am finished.
Always keep it secret. Don't tell anybody, and I'm like the worst of them all. I'm like, because your sister is a full-blown conspiracy.
Are you going down the rabbit hole right now?
And Lance used to be like, Lisa, don't say anything. Lisa, what are you talking about? I couldn't say anything. I couldn't have a conversation because he'd think people think I was crazy. Okay. And I would keep my mouth shut, and nobody else could. They all could say whatever it is that they want.
And were they like this when you met them? They were always had an opinion that you couldn't.
Not until after 2000. Lance and I met in 2014. And all his friends were like, "Oh my God, guys are so great. You're so wonderful."
So they liked you.
Well, no, they all liked me, but I started hearing them
until what? You open your mouth
after 2000. Well, after 2000. Okay, I'll share it.
Okay.
So 2016 landed, and something happened at the end of the year. Trump became president, and I was like, "Okay, I didn't care,"
Right.
So I was online. This is when I used to post on Facebook, and somebody that Lance and I knew, because I was starting to they were asking me to be the friend.
I can see it coming.
And I made a statement saying, I don't understand what the big deal is. He's only going to be president for 4 years. Let him, be chosen. And I mean, people came after me like crazy. And Lance finally told me, I said, what the fuck is going on? Everybody's acting weird. Everybody's being really crazy. And so Lance told me not to say anything more. So I didn't. And
that was it?
On for 8 years, and people would walk into our home and say stupid shit, and I couldn't say anything.
You're just like,
oh, okay, just nod. And now I'm like, I don't give a rat's ass. So somebody said something on Facebook, and Lance finally had to he couldn't let it go, and I was like, that's fine, I don't care.
Yeah, because you never said anything, so they always did their opinions.
Yeah. And it didn't come from me. It came from him.
You didn't say anything. You always sat back and listened.
Right. I always sat, and now he's like, he said something he read or he said, and I'm like, you do what you want to do, man. That's all up to you.
I remember when I was a little girl in the 5th grade, and I felt that I was being picked on from the teacher. I always felt like every time I turn around, Cindy this or Cynthia that and Cynthia that. And I felt like, why am I always being mentioned? Not that I didn't do any of it, but it was always me, And back in those days, they gave you timeout. Like they would make you stand up. I forgot that they had timeouts. You have to go to the back anyways. And one day they actually called Mom to come get me. But one day, my body went poof, and I got up and let her have it, and just went Cynthia Gallegos, and I didn't care. Everybody thought I lost it, but I was so tired. I just finally
who was the teacher? Raisbeck?
Mrs. Rosebeck, I think it was Miss Turbick or Rosebeck, something like that. Yeah. And she was a nice lady, but I just was it. And do you know that after that happened, my name was never mentioned again? So how can that be, right? I mean, it was for some reason, I guess I was targeted. And then one day, it was amazing how I wasn't, being looked at no more. You know what I mean? It was just, and it happened to Megan too. One day Megan had it with a teacher and just stood up and just said, I'm calling my dad. And today is the day. I was like, and it's not that Megan didn't do any of it, but it wasn't all on Megan, and we said that to the teacher at the teachers conference. We told Megan to stand up for her rights.
Yeah.
And when she feels she's in the corner, I don't care what they say, you let them know. Teacher's like, oh, I totally understand, and I says, and you got it, right? You got the hint.
Are your friends still on Facebook?
Huh?
Are your friends still on Facebook or have they left?
Oh, let's see. I'm like, let me see. We got 5 views and we got a like. And thank you, Michael.
Okay.
Like I said, I have on my regular, I still do. I went and checked.
Yeah. That's why I try not to I reached out to a couple people and they didn't befriend. They weren't friends with me. I don't give a damn. I'm like, whatever. And then I just stopped. I think, let me look at my channel. I don't think I have, I call it a channel. Facebook. Right? Facebook. Let me look at my,
Well, you have a channel.
I have a page.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I
Yeah,
have
you
21 followers and I'm only following 2 people. Who are the 2 people I'm following?
Is it me?
Randy and somebody named Vesta.
So you're not even following me.
I don't even know who she is. I'm gonna unfollow her. Why is I following this person?
I have no idea. Can you believe it? She doesn't even know who's. You don't keep up with it, huh?
Nope. I do not. Yeah, I don't think you're following. Yeah, you're following me.
Hi, Brandon.
Follow me at Cindy Lifestyle and More.
Brandon's from Florida.
Nice.
Yeah.
You follow me from Cindy Lifestyle and More, but
okay, yeah. So I'm building that one up, and then once it hits, then I can do like one day do this one, then one day do that one, and then one day do this. Try to get some different people, different views. How you doing, Brandon? Hope things are going well for you. So anyways, I've been busy.
Okay.
And I did a video. I did a makeup video, and we were talking about getting getting palettes, eyeshadow palettes, and making more than one look with it. So I bought this modern, it's called Modern Renaissance. It's from Anastasia, Beverly Hills. And I bought it 7 months ago.
Okay.
Now I have used it, but I don't always make a video with it. And I thought, you know what? So this is what happened. So this is how it all began. So I told Megan, I said, Megan, have you heard of this polished eyeshadow palette? And this eyeshadow palette's really cool looking. And she goes, Mom, you don't need another eyeshadow palette. They're all the same. And she's kind of right. One color can be the same thing in another eyeshadow palette. I said, well, I'm looking for a new one. Because the shadow palettes that I got rid of, they were dried up, and and then the ones that are still soft and I can still workable, I'm going to keep. So I did my Anastasia, I did my makeup this yesterday, and I put that up today. So I've done 2 looks with it. I've gotten 5 more looks. I'm, writing colors down, that I'm going to do. So anyways, I had to order my Neoxin. And I saw this eyeshadow palette for fall, and I'm like, oh, and it was only like $12. And Megan goes, you order an eyeshadow palette? I go, I know, it's for fall. And then I'm ordering another one. And Megan goes, I thought you were going to declutter, Mom. I go, I did. She goes, yeah, you declutter too, bring back too. So I'm going to start, when I start getting a palette, I'm going to do more than one look instead of showing a look and then not use it for 3 months. So like for an example, I use this one for like 3 weeks. So I'm done. Now this is the next one I'm going to do. And I bought this last Christmas and I only done like 3 palettes, 3 looks, I mean. It smells so good. Isn't that beautiful?
It's
Gonna
clean.
use it.
too.
I'm gonna rotate them and start using them. It's time to start using my stuff, since Greg's gone. And Greg used to say that to me. You don't use your stuff. Guess what? It's happening.
Let me quickly put the, oh, I just have to mute it. Let me quickly put the other one on. Here we go. I never watch us on our regular YouTube channels.
You don't watch our lives?
I know.
I always kind of watch just to see what we say.
I think I told you that too. I just posted.
I don't watch them all either, but I mean, sometimes I'm like, did I say something I shouldn't have said? Then I'll have to look back. I'm like, okay, good. I didn't say anything wrong. Because you're live. And sometimes you don't realize how you say things and you don't mean it that way. And then you look back and you're like, oh, good. I didn't say it that way. I didn't mean it that way. Or Megan would say, Mom, I don't think you should have said. I go, say what?
See?
So I look. Sometimes I'll look.
Do you? Okay. Who's in my live? Nobody is in my live. I have no guests. Hang on. Let me check.
You've got to have somebody.
No. One person's watching. I think that's me.
Brandon was so sweet. He saw Greg and I the first time when Greg and I did a live.
Uh-huh.
He was so sweet. He liked our live and we were on the guest on the source. And he came on the source to meet us.
That's nice.
I'll remember that forever.
That's really nice. The source.
I'll remember that. So you know what I'm going to do right now, Lisa? I know you may not, but since that he really did that, I just got something in my heart right now. I like to invite him on because it really means a lot to me.
If he wants to. Hold on a second.
It just means a lot to me. Certain things, I'll write certain things down and certain things kind of, I think about things like Andy, but that day when he goes, I just wanted to meet you two guys. I was like, okay.
Hold on a second. Copy.
And there's somebody else I think I don't know if Andy would come on. Sometimes I like to meet people. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So Andy and Brandon and the days, oh my life. If you'd like to come on today, we'd love to have you guys come and say hello to us.
I pasted the link right here.
Okay. So I think the days of my life, if you don't know it, you click on Lisa's link and then she can bring you on. So just let us know. So anyways,
I'll see them pop into the stage.
uh-huh.
If they want to come on, they'll be popped into
That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think Greg and I did it once, and Greg loved remote controls. So I was like, okay, Greg, you go ahead and do it. That's all. Greg always had a remote. He would fall asleep with it in his hand, like in his head. I'd be like, where's the remote?
I put up 0 today. We finally got our 0. I'm doing my Halloween decor today. Not all of it.
You're doing Halloween decor?
I work 5 a.m. to 1 tomorrow. And I come home and I'll put the rest of the Halloween. I'll go live and post it in the garden, in the front yard, and just get Halloween set up for this.
Are you guys dressing up this year?
I don't know. I know we're going to do Not Scary Farm. He wants to do Not Scary Farm.
That was fun when we went last year.
It's Not Scary Farm's fun. And I know we're gonna do
Universal Studios.
ooh, yeah, heck yeah. I love Universal Studios. I used
I
to
think
do
Halloween-
Disney style, but
I think
don't-
Halloween, you like Halloween, right?
it's my favorite. And then we'll probably do Ghost Harbor. What's it called? Hold on.
Oh, and
Mary.
Queen Mary.
Yeah. Queen Mary. Dark Harbor. That's what they call
Yeah.
it.
So there's a story that you mentioned. Oh my, I can't believe my ice cubes melted. I'm drinking my water. About the person that you knock on it and it knocks back.
Huh? Where?
Okay, so you went on the Queen Mary. Is it not you? Okay, so in the ship years and years ago, I guess somebody got stuck in the room where they do all the stuff, and there's this little door, and if you knock on it, it knocks back to you.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yes.
Hold on a second. I gotta find that out. Hold on. Queen Mary door. All right.
I'll
Queen
be right back.
Mary Long Beach.
Yes, it's about
Door knocks back. Queen Mary ghostly experiences. A reoccurring legend at the Queen Mary in Long Beach involves an unexplained knocks on doors and paranormal encounters, with the most famous story tied to the notoriously haunted stateroom B340. For years, stateroom B340 was considered the most haunted room on the ship, leading management to close it to guests for decades. Stories of phantom knocking are one of the most common reports associated with this suite. Let's see here. An entity pulling the covers off of a sleeping woman in 1966, followed by a man's figure disappearing into thin air. An unseen presence knocking on the door in the presence of the night. Lights and sink faucets turning on and off by themselves. Housekeepers reporting that freshly made beds were found with the sheets pulled off. Ooh, I got to check that out. Hold on. Here I am back again. Ooh, that's good stuff.
at the Queen Mary.
Yeah. Now, they do the mazes, they do the haunts.
Yeah.
And the haunts, the mazes go inside the belly of the ship.
Mhm.
So you're in the rafters walking along the walk line, and it
Mhm.
gets really narrow and cramped, and it gets very stuffy in there, and it's really dark, and sometimes you got to go down really steep stairwells. So it's really not intended for people who have like mobility issues. If you do, you have to make sure and let them know, because they have different walkways for you. But man, and then there's like rusting. You can see parts of the ship that's getting rusty because it's old.
Yeah. Well, you know, they redid it. I think
They
they
said-
closed it down for a little bit at the Queen Mary, because I wanted to go stay there one night for Greg and I anniversary,
Yes.
but it was closed. That's what Greg told me, that they were refurbishing it. So I guess that was a couple of years ago. And there was some hairdressers that, remember the LA show, the hair show that I used to go to in LA, and you would come down and meet Greg and I?
Yes.
There was some ladies that actually stayed at the Queen Mary, you know, because it wasn't that far from the convention center.
No, it's right down the well.
Right.
It's around. Yeah. It's
They
a
have to
walk.
drive back, but they loved it. So I always wanted to go. Well, long time ago, I went there for my Sierra High School 10-year reunion. We're talking about way back. And let's see, I'm 78. So that was what, 1988? Okay. And that's when I was with my old boyfriend, Richard Lamoureux went. So anyways, we went to the reunion there. So there was a beautiful area. They had a beautiful area where they have like all the, what do you call, like the big dinner, like the big ballroom, and everything. So we went walking around into the Queen Mary. And there's a section there where all the rooms are, you know, like all the doors and stuff like that. And we're walking down, and it was really eerie. It felt like the hallway was like all the way down. It was like a long stretch. And I went like, this is weird. I said,
it is weird because they're long hallway. The ship's long.
Right. But it looks like, because I've been on a regular cruise ship, like Carnival cruise, and I mean, they're long, but it was just the way it was. It was kind of eerie. So anyways, he said, I don't want to walk down here. I don't want to walk anymore. Because I said, well, let's just go cruise around. He goes, no, he goes, I don't like it. Well, I don't know if that's the hallway that we went down, but they were saying like there's certain areas that is kind of haunted. And they're saying there is a hallway that looks like it never ends. And and I'm like, I wonder if that was it. And they say you get an eerie, like you look back, like you feel like someone's looking at you. And I don't know if that was it. But when I saw the Queen Mary, I was like, oh my God, that's what happened to us.
There's a lot of energy on that ship.
Yes, a lot of energy. Well, there's a lot of energy at the Santa Maria Inn.
Mom and I stayed there.
Yes, there's a lot of, do you know a vendor was going to stay there overnight?
Mom says she saw nothing, but it's old.
It is old. It's from the 1900s.
We stayed in an old ass room. It was old. But anyway, tell about the vendor.
Okay. So she's in my car. We're driving around and I go, oh, you're staying at Santa Maria Inn? She goes, yes. And I said, you know, I go, that is so cool. I said, well, let me tell you some stories about the Santa Maria Inn. I go, sometimes, okay, I actually had a friend whose friend actually worked there at the front desk.
Okay.
Then became the manager for the brunches on Sundays. All right. So we were talking. And I said, yeah, I heard that Santa Maria Inn can be, you know, haunted. He goes, it is. But he goes, I didn't believe it either until it happened to him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here it goes. He goes, so you know when you walked in the Santa Maria Inn has that round staircase that you go in and it goes into the inn room? Okay. So Greg and I used to go to the Santa Maria Inn. We loved their Sunday brunch.
Yeah.
We loved it.
It's in the center.
Yes.
The brunch is in the center restaurant.
Yes.
Yes.
And Greg and I, we got there, we were there a little early and we were sitting down, you know, like on the side here. And you can see the piano bar and the guys, they play the piano, right? They play the piano while you're at brunch.
And there's like an old like bar room off to the side.
And did you notice the front desk looks like a little like an old cage type? It's like everything's the same the way it was built back in the day.
Like old, like it's like old Western, but also hotel combined.
Yes, like
it's
ding ding, ding ding.
Yeah.
So Greg and I are sitting there and we start hearing the piano playing. We're like, oh, the guy started the piano. And if you go to the side there, they got the old telephone booth, and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they got the bathroom. I go, Greg, they're playing the piano. He goes, yeah, I think I heard it. Nobody was playing the piano.
You heard it though. So you heard
we were on the other side. So here's a piano.
Yeah.
And they were setting up the brunch. So the guy says, you know, we can get you some champagne. And so Greg and I says, well, we'll just go sit over here. And it was like, it was kind of cold. You know me, when it becomes cold, I don't like going outside. So we're sitting over here and Megan was there. Megan was like doing something. I don't know what she was doing. And Greg and I heard the piano. I go, oh, the most people starting to come in now. We need to get up and go. And the lady comes with my champagne with my orange juice and one for Greg. And Greg said it. He goes, well, we're going to go over there now because they're starting to play the piano. And she goes, nobody's in the piano. He goes, I just heard the piano playing. She goes, he's the piano guy. He's not even here yet. And Greg and I looked at each other. And that's when she says, sometimes you will hear the piano play and there'll be nobody there. I was like, oh my God.
100%.
And she goes, you probably have an incident, because we didn't even think about it. Then we didn't want to be near the piano, like I didn't want to be near it. Okay. So I was telling the guy that about the piano, and he goes, okay, well, let me tell you a story, Cindy. So they told him that sometimes you may see people dressed up odd, and you're going to say it's not Halloween yet because they're not dressed today. But they didn't say anything else other than that. They left it as that. Well, he was in the front, working in the front desk. This is before he was the manager in the brunch. So that's how he found out about the piano. Okay. So he's in the front. He sees a lady sitting there there's a couch there. If you go in, the couch is facing the desk.
Mm-hmm.
And she's sitting there like this, like facing something like that, right? So he just looks up and he sees her. He thought it was kind of odd, like she had short hair, like short and kind of wavy, but he thought, oh, okay. He goes, that's kind of cool looking, So he keeps doing his thing, and he looks up and he didn't see her there. And he was like, oh, maybe he goes, and then he told me that it was odd because usually when you look up, you'll see them get up or you'll see them walk by.
You'll see them moving as soon as you're
right.
Yeah.
He just thought like
1 minute she's there, 1 minute she's gone.
Right. He was just, and he didn't say anything, right? So we're talking about that's one day. A month later, he sees the same lady, but she's sitting over there in one of those big high seat. Remember they had those high seats? They look like big chairs.
Yeah.
She's sitting there, and he was like, there's no freaking way that this lady was over there. And he says he just stopped at his tracks. Like, he tells his friend, did you see somebody over there? And she goes, no. And she goes, why? Is it a lady? And he goes,
always calling around here.
He goes, yes. She goes, it's the same one that was over there, right? She goes, yeah.
She saw
you finally saw it.
You're not crazy.
He said he just stood there like
100%.
It just and then that's when we were talking about the piano. He says there used to be a friendly ghost in the kitchen. So if you put up utensils, and they're like, and he goes, it would always happen. He goes, while you're cleaning, it'd be like the utensils won't be there or something be missing. And then the next day they'll have it there. They just got used to it. They just got immune to it. And it didn't happen every day. There was just like odd things. Like they would set things up really nicely, and then 2 or 3 forks and spoons will fall off. Like there's no way. You would have to push them. You know what I mean? So there was that. The other thing that happened, we had a hair show there. We had like an event. So the models were downstairs. I hate it downstairs. So they showed us the models were downstairs, then would have to come up. And then the event was upstairs where they did the brunch.
Mm-hmm.
So they go, Cindy, they go, can you go take these to the model room? And I go, I don't want to go down there. I go, it's like when you're walking down there, it's like, and you feel like you're walking and you're walking and you're never getting there. And you're like, my heart starts pounding, because Greg would go down there. But I felt something.
Like a basement?
He didn't. Yeah, it's downstairs. When you were in the elevators, when you came out of the elevator, that was that stairway that went around circles. It's called a cellar. They used to have a cellar there. That's where all the wine. If you go down there, they have all the little smaller meeting rooms.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I had to go. But it felt like when the first time I went in there, walked down that hallway, oh my God, I was just had the shivers. I was just,
That's how the hotel was when Mom and I had to go to the room. It wasn't like you get off the floor, okay, and then you just go. It says, okay, you walk down the hallway and there's the room, right?
Right.
The room. No, you get off the elevator, and then you had to turn the corner, and to get to it, like there had short little tiny hallways.
Right.
So it would be a hallway, and then it'd be a room, like 2 rooms and 2 rooms. And then to get to the other rooms, like then it would walk down again, and then you would go left 2 rooms and 2. It was really weird the way it was made up. But
Right.
these are old traditionals. And every hallway had like an exit door
Mm-hmm.
to the outside or to like some type. It was just didn't make any sense. And then when
Right.
we walked in, I was like, what is this? I mean, it was weird.
Antique. It's an antique place. And then, so when I was telling the girl this, she says, I am not staying there. And she really got scared. So then there's more, and they're saying that sometimes when the elevators open, it won't close. They actually had people stay there, and they have a whole thing on YouTube channel about it. Like, it won't close. It opens up, but no one's pressing a button. No one's even there.
Right. The way elevators will open and close.
Right.
Things didn't work. Doorknobs didn't work. Mom and I experienced doorknobs that didn't work. And then the way the rooms were shaped, you could feel the floor sinking in some
Mhm.
parts.
Mm-hmm.
They had the old-fashioned shower with
Yes.
with the little bing.
And they say it smells musty. Like
it
kind of
musty. It smells
Yeah.
musty, and then it makes you go in there and you're going, wait a minute, this must have been, or could that have been this, or what could have been here? I mean, it's just like these spaces,
Right.
like they broke down walls, but they didn't cut anything to make it look smooth. There's like
Right.
a space that leads to nothing.
To nothing. Right. It's just weird. Okay, so that's not the only story. So the other story, when Greg and I owned a salon, one of the girls, her sister, I think, went to Orchid Academy or something like that, and she was getting her hair done. Okay, but her sister that was talking to us graduated from Santa Maria High School.
And that's haunted.
Yes,
dun, dun.
yes.
That's
So I was telling her about Santa Maria Inn. You know, I was telling her, she goes, I know. She goes, it's really true. Okay. So Megan used to take dance lessons, like the dance lessons. And the recital was at the Santa Maria High School. So, when you go down the Broadway, they got the old auditorium. Okay.
That's the Santa Maria High School auditorium.
Yes, yes. So she's listening to me and we're talking, and she hasn't told me a thing yet about her high school, but she's saying, yes, it's true about, Andy goes, it sounds interesting. So anyways, so Megan had to use the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now there was bathrooms by the student hall, like where the classes were at, but there was also bathrooms downstairs. All right. So this is the strangest thing. So one of the ladies says, well, there's bathrooms downstairs if you want to go in there, or you can. And I'm like, that was odd how she said that. She goes, it is closer, but it's downstairs. But some people don't like to go down there. But there's also, so this lady must have knew something about downstairs.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Megan had to go. So I went downstairs with Megan, and Megan didn't like it down there. I didn't like it down there. It was so creepy.
Like creepy, and you got a weird feeling being in there? Or?
Yeah. So downstairs is the bathroom. That's where all like the gym, and like the old gym. And that's where, when they used to do playhouses back in the 20s and 30s, that was the dressing room, but it's downstairs. So if you need to use the bathroom, you can go downstairs, or you can walk all the way outside and go to, but it was weird how she said that. If you want to. We went downstairs once. She went to the bathroom once. we didn't go back to the bathroom again. It
But
just,
she said it gave her just a weird
well,
feeling.
we just felt eerie. Yeah, it was Megan didn't like it. Megan can feel things like don't know why, but kind of cold.
That's how I feel. Megan and I feel the same thing. Because I felt the bone chilling cold when we were at the Queen Mary touring one time with Carl.
Right.
Carl
And it
I were
comes in
married.
your bones, right? You
I'm
just
like,
feel it.
really, it's too cold in here. It's for some reason it's freezing.
That's how it
freezing,
felt
freezing,
downstairs.
freezing.
Like,
Yeah.
and we thought because Greg says the reason why it's cold because the insulation downstairs is cold, but that's not the reason. Okay.
No, I've never felt that freezing, bone chilling, freezing feeling in the engine room of the Queen Mary ever again. So what was that all about? You know?
Right. So I told her, if you need to use the restroom, make sure you let me know. We're going to walk all the way down and do it. Okay. So the girl says, well, you heard the story, right? She goes, there's a friendly ghost that lives down there. I'm like, who? If you look it up on, if you look, I know you can look it up in Santa Maria. It tells you the story. It tells you the name of the little girl. What happened was she was supposed to be in a play, and she tells her family that she's going to go. And I think she was running late, and she went with her bicycle to the play. She did the play.
Ethel Pope.
There you go. People saw her at the play.
Here it is. Her name is Jeanette. Go ahead.
All right. But she never made it to the play because she was killed.
Wow.
And when the family went to go tell them why she didn't show up, they're like, she was here.
What do you know? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
She died of a car accident on her way to a performance.
Yes.
But she did show up to the performance. She thought she was dead.
Yes. And she did it all. Well, they say they see her downstairs.
Yeah, the kids say right here, it says they see her, and the story is still going on to this day.
Still today. And everyone says it's true. They all know about it. She doesn't hurt anybody, but they said she's downstairs, and that's, I guess, was the old dressing room and stuff like that. Well, that's where the bathroom's at. So if you don't mind going down there, and I knew that nobody was going down there. Everybody from the recital was not going downstairs, but Megan did, and I did. And I was like, and I didn't know about that story until she told me.
Did you also know that they keep one seat open for her?
Yes.
In the audience?
And I realized it in the audience when we were at the recital. She goes, there was a seat that was open. I said, yes. She goes, yeah, nobody sits there. It has like a little thing. And I thought it was like, I didn't know the whole story until.
That's so weird. I can't believe they leave the kids.
I know.
Leave the seat open.
I know. Well, once I told the vendor that about Santa Maria Inn and across the street, the high school, she canceled. I was like, oh, no, you don't need to cancel. So she stayed at the Sheraton. Remember the Sheraton that you stayed at that was in the hotel that they had the brunch downstairs and you can see it downstairs?
They have a attached modern, 80s style hotel now.
Well, she stayed there because it's modernized.
It says here that I guess students report phenomena such as cold spots, objects moving, hair being touched, often associated with Jeanette's old varsity jacket that's in the basement.
Okay, Andy, have a good night and make some din-din.
Yeah, they said it was like an old varsity jacket of hers in the basement. Wow. Good night, Andy. Thank you.
Thank you. Isn't that the weirdest thing?
That's crazy. Stories from mentioned Ethel Pope, the person to whom the auditorium's name visiting the theater during the permit. Okay, I don't know anything about that. But yeah, there's several haunting stories about the Santa Maria High School auditorium.
And it's all the old buildings and the old places. And then, oh my God, so I used to live in Oceano. And I would take the back road, like Los Barros Road. and then it turns into Highway 1, kind of, goes towards Pismo Beach and everything.
Mhm.
And I saw this lady, like in the middle of the night. She's sitting there, and it was dark, but you can see like a shadow, And I'm like driving along. I'm like, what is that idiot doing sitting out there? So I go to the condo. My roommate said, I go, there was some girl. She goes, she was all in dark. And I go, yeah. She goes, she's waiting for her boyfriend to come from the ocean.
Well, wait a minute. Where was she parked? Where was she standing?
No. Okay. It's on Highway 1. So
She was
it's
on
in
the
the back
highway.
roads. She's right there off the highway, like looking.
That's the woman Lance and I saw. When we went to go visit you guys for the first time for Thanksgiving, Lance and I had to go home that night. And Lance goes, look, there's something on the side of the highway, on the one. And he was like, he never forgot it. He said it was black. He was like, what? He goes, we just saw a ghost. We just saw a ghost.
It's a woman, my understanding, waiting for her boyfriend or something, or her husband, but to the beach. Like, they didn't have buildings then. It was like nothing. It was like beyond, they didn't have freeways.
Yeah, he was like, I told him, I go, well, let's go back. He's like, I ain't never going back there.
I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, there's like weird things. Yeah.
Craziness. There's a
Isn't
lot out there. A lot of history. That's
it is a lot of history.
That's route. It's not Route 66. That's the El Camino route. The old El Camino. Old El Camino. Is it El Camino?
I think it's El Camino, like
route or something. The original El Camino route. Yep. It's where you see the original route of El Camino Real can refer to historical roads linking California missions. That's right. Okay. That's what it does.
And then like in Los Olivos, they have the old areas where they have the stagecoach. It says right there 1880s and all that, all the stagecoaches. And yeah.
A lot of history in California.
A lot of history.
Damn. See, that's fun. Now it's like the stories need to come out now about haunted places,
Yeah, but I didn't mean to scare a vendor where she's like, I am not going to stay.
Some people are
in my car. She goes, I'm not staying there. She goes, I was just told by the sales rep that and they're like, and they said it's true. They go, yeah, but they don't, they go, it's not like every day. They admit it. They did not say it's not true.
But some people are afraid of it.
Yeah.
Some people, if they knew that our house was haunted, I don't know if people would come in, but I know everybody in the neighborhood knows.
Well, yeah. And like you said, your nephew, they're used to all that.
Yes.
They're used to all that. Like, I don't know. My friend told me there's one in Arroyo Grande. What was her name? Sally? I don't know. I have to look it up. But I heard all about it. So I guess what happened was she used to do nails. CM, you know who I'm talking about. She did nails. And her customer brother is the one that saw the little girl in their house. That's not there. I think her name is Sally or something like that. Anyways, I guess she was murdered or something. But
here it is. The Victorian Inn, also known as the Rose Inn.
Yeah, that's closed.
In Arroyo Grande is reportedly haunted by a young girl named Alice.
Oh, maybe that was it.
Hold on a second. I'm looking.
But there's another one on
oh, there's a few. Hold on. There's the Conrad Adobe home.
Okay.
It's located in Huasna Road. It's reportedly haunted by a ghost of a 12-year-old girl named Alice Agueda.
That's got to be it.
She was brutally murdered on the
That's got to be it.
1926. People have reported hearing soft footsteps, objects being moved inside of the house.
Yes. Okay. So
that's the one.
My friend's customer lived in that house. Her family lived in that house. Okay. So they were talking, and it led into talking about that, about stories of the ghost stories around Arroyo Grande and Santa Maria Inn. And she goes, yeah, she says, we lived in the famous house down Wasnut. So if you go down Arroyo Grande, Old Town Arroyo Grande, you go all the way down. So it's not like in the neighborhood. It's like out there.
Yeah.
Okay. And anyways, her brother kept talking about this little girl, that he was friends with this little girl. And they're like, what little girl? Because the neighbors are not next to each other. It's like a house, and then there's like nothing, and then that's a house, because that's where a lot of people do farming, and they got horses and stuff like that.
I'm searching for the house. I'm going to show the house if it comes up, okay? But go ahead.
So anyways, her brother says that he's friends with this, whatever that little girl's name. And the mom says, oh, okay. Well, have her, why don't you invite her in? He goes, but she always goes home, Mom. She always says that she's got things to do. And she says, well, next time when she comes, I want you to bring her in, bring her in the house. So he says, no, because he would be in the barn. He would say, she says she has to leave. Well, this is what happened. So they're all in bed. His sister's in bed.
Okay.
And she heard footsteps, like somebody opened the door, and she heard footsteps down in the hallway. And she says it's like 11 o'clock at night, and her mom gets up and says to her daughter, what are you doing up? She goes, Mom, I'm not up. And they can hear little shoes like walking down the hallway.
Oh my God.
And she's in bed. And the little boy says, oh, is it Sally or like that? And her mom goes, where is she? And that's when they found out that their house was one of the haunted houses. But they were not told that by the real estate people.
Wow. I'm looking for, they don't have a
I
picture.
guess there's a whole story on it.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Yeah. I think a groomsman did it, like a person that worked for the people, like back in the day, did it, unfortunately.
Arroyo Grande, California. Arroyo Grande, exploring local legends.
Thank you for coming, Con.
Arroyo Grande's most haunted places.
And the one in Wasna is the one I'm talking about, because Wasna is the one I'm talking about.
Is it Wasna? Okay, hold on, let me get back there.
Wasna, I think it's called. I used to know them all when I used to work as a sales rep, because I hit all the cities.
Here it is. Huasna, Arroyo Grande, California. Haunted home, old Agueda home. There we go. The old Agueda home. They have a link to it. Little Alice, work in progress. Alice is Agueda's tombstone. Oh, I don't need the tombstone. I just want to know about the Agueda house. Hang on. Command C.
Isn't that weird how everybody's so close knit? They all know about it, but they're not afraid of it. It's like
Return images. Okay, this is weird. It's not letting me get images. It's kind of creepy. Let me show you a picture, okay?
Is it white?
If you read about those, yeah, it's white.
Yeah.
Here it is. Let me share screen. Hang on. Here it is. Share. There it is. Does it look like this?
Isn't that creepy?
Dang. Yeah, that's pretty. That's old.
Is that the hotel or is that the house?
Let
where
me
she's
show you.
at?
Haunted Arroyo Grande. I think this is the hotel. Do you see it?
Yeah, but that's not the one I'm talking about. They didn't live in a hotel, they lived in a house.
Yeah, this is about the Haswana Alice in the post video. That one right there. If you read about Haswana Allen or post below, it reminds us of Alice, the one who haunts the Pitkin Estate Valley Road. Have you ever witnessed Alice and the Ghost? Let me see. Victoria Valley, Arroyo Grande, 1890 by the Pitkin family. And 1905, 1957, especially during, the frame. People are say that people are looking at this video, this picture, and saying there's a lot of weird things like.
But are you looking at the hotel one or the house?
No, I'm looking at the house.
I don't see it on here, but you can't show it.
Oh shoot! Did I stop sharing? Hang on. StreamYard. Yeah, I did stop sharing. Hold on.
You showed a hotel.
Facebook. This house. Okay, this is the house that everybody's talking about. You see it?
Okay, is that the one that turned into a hotel?
No, this is the Wasana.
That's the house. Okay,
yeah,
I want to make sure because the hotel looked kind of like that. That's why I'm saying that.
Let me get to the hotel. But then there's this one. Let me share it. Local legends, spooky sports and fall. This is a hotel. They say this is a hotel that maybe. Let me share it. This one here. This is a hotel.
I don't see it.
You don't see this one here?
Okay, hold on. Oh, that's Los Olivos.
Is it really?
Is that Los Olivos?
It says Haunted Arroyo Grande.
Oh, that's the corner hotel. Okay, it doesn't really look like that anymore.
Oh, okay.
There's a swinging bridge that I was on.
I don't like Victorian homes. I don't like the way they look.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of what they look like on the inside. They're too ornate. And I'm not a big fan.
You're not a big fan of the eerie feeling.
Of the era of
Yeah.
the Victorian home. Not a big fan at all. Oh, hey, Peyton. Hi, welcome to the show. Kwan is here and going excellent. Enjoy. Good night. Bedtime, no problem. And then Andy gave his best. Okay. Well, we have a lot of, like, Pasadena has a lot of haunted places.
Yes.
I went to somebody's reception. I don't know where it was, but I know I was mentioning how I went to the bathroom and I got a creepy feeling in the bathroom, very uncomfortable. And then days later, we're talking and they're like, "Did you go to the bathroom there?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yes.
They say it's haunted. Like that, just like that. It's like, yeah, I figured that. We went to a restaurant in Beverly Glen, which is deep in Beverly Hills. It's a really nice strip. We were invited to go and have dinner. So it's called the Alley. The restaurant's called the Alley. So we go and eat at the Alley, and it's owned by the Daily Grill. I don't know if it's still there. Don't know. But anyway, 2 years ago. So we're having a wonderful dinner, and I want to go to the bathroom. And they go, "Well, you have to go up the stairs." It's always because it's old. You have to go up the stairs down the hall to go to the bathroom. Okay. So I go up the stairs. All of a sudden, as soon as I'm walking up the stairs, I started getting creepy feeling. I go to the bathroom, and I come back downstairs. I go, "Is this building haunted?" And the waiter goes, "Yes, it is."
Oh.
No, it's upstairs. He goes, "In the hallway." I go, "Yep, I felt it." Then Lance and I were in Arizona. We went to go visit, is it Prescott, Arizona, or wherever the old senator used to live.
Mhm.
and we visited that little town, and we walked into one of those old country western type restaurants,
Mhm.
and I went and sat down, and I go, "Is this place haunted?" And the gal goes, "Why do you feel that?" I go, "I want to know something." I go, "Did this place used to be a brothel?" Because I didn't know. And she said, "Yes."
Yes.
How did you know? I go, "I just got that feeling when I saw that stairwell go straight up to the
Yes.
top." I go, I started
You
thinking,
knew, right?
I
You were
go,
just like,
"This used to
something's
be a
not right.
brothel." Yeah. I told Lance, I go, "This used to be a brothel." And I asked the girl, she goes, "Yeah, it was a brothel." And I'm like, "Yep." Because the one that's Felipe's, hi SSV,
Oh,
hi,
hi, SSV.
welcome.
Hi.
Felipe's downtown. I don't know if it's the original Felipe's or the newer one, which is still old because the restaurant switched. But one of them was a brothel,
Wow.
and they still have like the benches. Oh God, and that's like old town.
What was I going to say? There's supposed to be a friendly ghost where I work at. So
At
this
the
guy,
Main
so
Street?
I'm not going to say his name because people watch my Facebook. But anyways, so long time ago, I don't know, how did it go? Okay, so long time. Oh, okay. So Megan starts to work at Macy's, and the men's shoes was upstairs in the men's area. Okay. And at the time when Megan started working in shoes, they were making commission. So they all had to take turns to work in shoes, and the men's shoes were not as busy as the women's shoes downstairs. So Megan went to work in the men's shoes. We're talking about, this is a long time ago, back 2014 when Megan started, and she hated it. It was cold and drafty in the corner, and she even called me up on my cell phone saying, and called her dad, how she hated working there, right? So she goes downstairs, and Greg says, "Tell them that you don't want to work there." Megan goes, "Mom, I want to come home. I can't work here." She seriously, she was just freaking out. And Megan was just like, and people did not want to work there. They did not want to work in that corner. Well, when Greg and I used to go shopping, this is before I even worked. Well, okay, let's backtrack. When I worked back when Megan was 2 years old, I worked in the cosmetic department. I would go upstairs, and at that time they had an alteration lady. It was full on men's suits and everything, but it was always cold. Always cold. Okay. So now we're back into now. So I started working in 2017, very part-time. And I went up there, and Greg and we were looking for some shoes for him, looking for a shirt for him. And Greg did not like it back there. He didn't want to buy his shoes there. He's like, "I hate this place." I mean, it was weird. It's like, I says, he didn't even want to go in the dressing room. Right. Which is odd. You know what I'm saying? And people, it was just an eerie feeling. And I can tell that people would like look, but kind of like walk away. It was just something about that whole section in the corner, in the dressing room. That whole area was like desolate, like nobody was shopping there. All right. So I'm talking to my friend, and he's been working there since Macy's opened. So he was there when I worked there years ago, and he's still there, but he's very part-time. He goes, "Well, there's a little ghost there." And
Oh my God.
he used to work here in the men's department. And I said, "What?" He goes, "Yeah. He was supposed to come to work, and he had an auto accident."
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. And people have seen him that
Wow.
actually knew who he was, and he knows who he is.
So he had the auto accident, and he still showed up to work.
They think he's still there. He's
Yeah.
still, His life was that place. And I go, you're kidding. And one day I was at the escalator, and Lisa, I go up the escalator all the time. It was like, and one day I froze. I just like froze. And I was like, he goes, sometimes he's at the escalator. As he knew exactly. He goes, it's
The
him.
escalator or the elevator?
Escalator.
Oh, okay, the thing that goes up and down. Got
Yeah.
it. Wow. Santa Maria, man, old town.
Yeah.
Old
Yeah.
town ghosts.
I'm like, and I said, and that's when I told him about when Megan, he goes, well, Megan felt something, but Megan never knew about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But when I told her, Megan doesn't believe it, but she still remembers that terrible, where she called us. I mean, like, I got to go home. I got to get out of here. And it just drove her nuts. And Greg couldn't shop in the men's department. Greg would say, I can't shop here. I can't, I just don't feel comfortable here. He felt fine downstairs.
Right.
But as soon as he went in the men's area in the back,
yeah,
that's where the guy worked at.
That's crazy.
And that time they made commission, men's suits, men's shirts, men's clothes. They don't have that anymore. But that's when it happened. I was like, wow. I go, you know what? I believe you. He goes, no. He goes, everyone that my time, he goes, that's here, that he's like the only one there that's still there, knows about the story. He believes in it. He goes, I believe there's the afterworld. I go, do you think so? He goes, I do. Now, when you hear things like that, they say that they're not ready to leave. Yeah. That they feel comfortable there. They don't want to go. And she goes, well, that's a story. I go, yeah, I still work there. I go, I was reading up that's what they were saying, that when people don't leave, that they don't want to go. I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, it makes you think about things like that. Now, I heard another story. You know how you watch TV? They say that they're actually living in that time. Like they're actually, they say like, okay, let's say for an example. All right. Okay. So we're going to talk about my story. So in 2017, Greg, I had a dream. And my dream was, okay, so Greg and I went to this house in my dream, okay? And Greg and I are in this house, but I didn't see the lady. She was like in a dark shadow figure.
Okay.
And she hands us 2 bowls. 2 bowls of pasta. And it was like, okay. And Greg is standing right here next to me, and I'm here, right? And I can see the spoons. So I'm eating my pasta, and all of a sudden, whew, I hear Greg putting down the bowl in the sink. But when he walked by me, it was like a flash. You know what I'm saying? He goes in to the left, and you know how like the old days where they're the living room, and then it's like a big open to like a den area, or okay. He walks that way because we were in the kitchen, and then there's this big arch, but square arch. It goes in there and it's dark. Mm-hmm. I hear the sliding door open, close. And I remember that he went outside. Okay, now I'm left alone. And I panic in my dream. So I go put my bowl into the sink. And that's when I went to go walk where he walked, it was this big square thing. And it's dark. It's like, why would it be dark? But It took me forever to get to the sliding door. When he went, it was like he walked in, opened up the sliding door, and walked out. So I told my friend this story. So and I even told him this story. I told everybody. I opened up the sliding door and it is bright outside. I mean, the sunshine. I'm like, whoa, get my sunglasses on.
But that light net didn't shine through in that room.
No, because I pulled back like the curtains, like the curtains are
Sure.
there. And so I go like this and I open up the sliding door and it's like bright, like, and I can see it's bright, beautiful sunshine. It is like crystal clear blue skies. And he's in his suit and he's kneeling down and he's wearing, of course, he's having a cigarette. He's talking to all his friends. But I didn't go outside.
Huh.
I woke up.
Oh.
I never did go outside.
Got it.
And that dream bothered me.
I'll
and
bet.
bothered me. It still bothers me today because it just was a weird, odd thing to me. I get emotional about it because I just never liked that dream. You know what I mean? It was like
strange.
And I couldn't see the people's heads. I saw the people's heads and he's talking to everybody and he's happy and he looks great and he looks healthy and it's gorgeous outside. But I didn't walk outside.
Yeah.
It's like me just looking
Mm-hmm.
and that was it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess dreams sometimes are kind of real, but they're not.
Yeah. I was thinking about that too, about when Greg passed, if he saw Corky.
Well, I told you about that story while I was watching about this. You know how people say they die for 15, 20 minutes and they see everything? This one lady actually told her husband everything he did. And she was supposed to be dead. They actually had to bring her back.
Right.
She was gone for like 20 minutes. But she told the nurse what she did. She told her husband what he said. She told him everything, that she saw everything.
Yeah.
So then she says that she's the one that said that when she went to heaven, she saw the cougars and the lions and the elephants, and they're walking next to you. And she didn't. Nobody never talks about animals, but she did.
Uh-huh.
That she's walking down the path and she's being greeted by all her family that are no longer there. And what surprised her is seeing a lion go by and seeing, like, she saw these animals that are supposed to be ferocious here, that can sit next to you and everyone's happy. She saw snakes. She saw, like, it was like, they even told her, don't be afraid. They're your friends. They don't hurt you. They actually love you. It's like, they're not that way here. They're different up there. She couldn't believe it. She saw butterflies, big old butterflies. And, but they told her that she needed to go back. Mm-hmm. And that like really, that profound me, because when she mentioned about animals, most people don't talk about animals. They talk about, I saw this. No, she said she saw python. And I'm like, oh my God. You know what I mean? And she goes, it was incredible that she told him she didn't want to go back. She said she could smell the flowers, the daisies. She goes, they were like huge. I mean, like she says, everything was stunning, like beautiful, just like, it's just, I don't know. And when she came back, she told her husband and everybody what they did. And that's what they did. She saw everything.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. Look, it's like, oh, you never know, that. But the only thing is, like she says, some people don't rest. They don't rest and they are still here.
Mm-hmm. Well, they liked it here, probably.
Maybe they did. Yeah. Maybe they did, so I heard that. And then, you dream little things, like you ever had dreams that you kind of remembered and you're like, what in the world was that? You know what I mean?
I've been thinking about, and I know it sounds crazy, but you know that I was thinking about Adam and how he has his channel. Do you know that that guy has to do something every single day?
Well, he does. It's 7
But-
days a week.
But it's not like he can't just sit there and go, hey, everybody, I'm just hanging out at home today.
He's like a big kid. He's
I
like
was
a big
thinking
kid.
about just that dawned on me. I'm like, because I was thinking about, you said how some people they don't go. I was thinking a guy like that would probably want to stick around.
He'd probably still be on Universal Studios at Disneyland. He'll say like, when did I go?
But I mean, think about every day he has to do he's been taking time off though. Like he had I noticed that he'll have like 1 day off, you know what I mean? But it's like, why don't you just share that? Why don't you just share when you're just hanging out at home, not doing anything? Just
Because
hanging
he
out,
doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what to say. He's like, what do I say? He has to have his coffee. Well, he's done some videos at home.
He'll walk and talk at home.
Yeah.
He'll
But
show
it always has something to do with Disneyland, a photo of Disneyland. And this was a photo of this movie. And this is a photo of that. And this is a photo. This is a baseball ball. And I bought this jacket. It's like, he just can't sit down and go, all right.
He's got to have a trinket to talk this
Yeah.
and this and
Yeah. See this caboose? I got this when I was doing this. It's like, he could never just talk. He couldn't just talk right here and talk about things.
Yeah.
He's got to have something to talk about. You know what I mean?
And he does it all video. Like he doesn't do any lives. All of his stuff is recorded.
I'll be honest with you. A lot of people that started from way back as content creators, I don't know if you realize it, there's not a lot of lives. They're more videos.
And I don't know if they had live back then.
Right. Now, I do know Yankee in the South does lives on Sundays. And then Days in Jordan, he does lives once in a while. It's like an honor that he's doing a live. There's nothing wrong. It's just but those are the ones that are saying that things are changing.
I feel more connected going live now. This is why I've changed my stuff to going live. I feel more connected. I feel less rehearsed, and I feel less like shackled to have to say things a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
I feel much more comfortable going live.
Right. Because you don't have a script. You don't have to put everything up and have everything here. You can just sit down right now and talk.
The other day when I made chicken quesadilla, when I made chicken fajitas, Cynthia, I had so much fun.
You had so much fun. What did she say? I was trying to read what she said.
I had a dream years ago when I woke up. I was like, what in the world? And I was camping. 3 bears showed up, and it was so weird in the dream.
Yeah, exactly. And you actually think you're there. You actually can smell it. You can actually hear it. Like, have you ever thought you got burnt or something and you actually felt it, and then if there's nothing there, it didn't even happen?
I never had a dream like that.
I have.
Never. I've had those embarrassment dreams, and then you're in the dream. You're like, wait a minute, I'm dreaming. Oh, okay. I don't have to worry about it.
Well, I had an embarrassment. I was in the shower, right? I jump in the shower, and starting to wet my hair. I got my shampoo, my conditioner, my stuff. And all of a sudden, I'm like, why is it raining in here? And I see I was wearing my glasses. Anita, I'm like looking, and I see like raindrops, and I'm like going, "What's going on? Why is it raining in here? Because it looks like rain." I had my glasses on, but I'm in the shower, right? I'm wetting my hair, and I'm looking. You know how when like you're in the car and you see raindrops in your car, so you need to do windshield wipers. Well, I start going like, God, I need some like I felt like I was gonna turn on some windshield wipers. I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. I'm like I'm doing this, but not hitting my glasses, right? And they're drops. I'm like, finally I went like that. I'm like, what the heck? And I got glasses on. I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. I'm trying to clean the window, the door. I'm trying to clean the door. And I'm like going, why is it raining in here? So finally I got the it's a squeezy, like what do you call them? The thing I use them to, after I'm done, so I don't get mildew. I'm going like this. I'm like, nothing's working, I'm like, what's going on? And all of a sudden I was gonna put some. So I started like rubbing, and I'm filling the glasses, and they look like little windshield wipers. I was sitting there for 10 minutes trying to figure out why it's raining in my shower with raindrops in my eyes. I was like, oh my God. It was just so weird. I felt so stupid. So you were camping and 3 bears showed up. Did you read the 3 bears story? How cute.
I'm doing laundry.
I already did mine. Lisa's putting in her laundry. Now it's the dryer. It was so funny. I couldn't figure out why I had raindrops.
What's up?
I don't know. What did you drop? What is it?
It's a magnet.
In the middle of your laundry?
Yeah, it fell off.
You carry magnets on your laundry?
Yeah.
You put magnet. Why?
Because I don't want them on the refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
Almost done.
All right. Looks like the laundry mat. The laundry on the dryer on top and the washing machine.
There we go. I'm ready for work tomorrow.
Okay. Got clean chonies and clean pants.
And I don't have to, I worked Friday.
Oh, you're going to fold now?
No. I just have a shirt I took out.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it's okay. I can keep talking while you're folding. I was like, I didn't want to see some chonchies.
No.
Can you imagine? The socks. Some polka dot chonies.
Okay.
I
I'm
was
done.
like, here, it's too personal.
There you go. I was thirsty too, so I got water.
Okay. Got it all.
The little cat outside had her kittens.
Oh, so where the babies are at?
She's with them right now, nursing, I'm sure.
Is she
Hang on a
living in your
Mom.
Did you
What,
put her
Mom?
little box for her?
Okay, Mom, I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
Did you put a little box for her outside?
I did, but she didn't use it. She went off in the corner somewhere in the neighborhood and had her kittens.
Are you kidding me? So instead of being inside a box and being safe,
To her, she thinks that's safe. I think she went underneath the abandoned house because there's an open crawl space, and I think she went in there and had them. So she came by today, and I went, "Oh, she's skinny now." So she must have had them last night.
No little panza.
Just little nipples because they're
So
pulling on her
cute.
nipples. She was hungry. I fed her, and then she took off. And like an hour or two later, there she was. I go, man, she was fat. She was real fat.
So she leaves her kittens and comes and eats and then goes back.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what she's doing. She'll show them to us in about a week or so, probably.
Yeah.
Make sure they're all okay.
And then you'll have like 9 cats outside.
I know the neighbor on the other side of the street feeds them, and then we just give her and Benny a little tray, and then that's it. But anything other than that. Mind Games is here. Hey, Todd. Welcome.
Hi, Todd.
How is school going? Let me know.
Yes, I've been looking to see if he has any breakfast, but no breakfast.
Neuro-linguistic programming. So fill us in, because I just want to know what stage you're in, and how it's going. And it's good for you to have that neural. That's what you call it is. Landmark. That weekend is all neuro-linguistic programming in some sense. It's not exactly that, but it is in a sense.
Yeah.
So it's transformational neuro-linguistic programming. It's almost $1,000 to take now.
Wow.
He says, if you want, let me practice on you both. Wanted to time. I have a script I need to practice. You want to come on and practice the script? Is that what you're saying? Let me know.
Okay,
if
I'll be right back.
I'll
be right
back.
back.
What you want? Okay.
Yeah. Well, you've been to one, so I'll be right back.
I'm sitting here. Da, 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 da. Hang on a second. Neuro-linguistic programming. Hold on. There's the link. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do your practice. Since you have a script, okay? Do 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 do. We got 4 people in the house. Mind Games is one of them. Days of My Life. And I sent him the link. If he wants to practice and show us the script, he's more than welcome to. So.
Did you see my Sephora video that I got for my birthday?
No, I got to watch it.
Okay. So I got this Mario thing. When you go to Sephora, you show them your birthday and you get a free birthday gift. This thing is I thought it was melting. It's just really moisturizing and very balm and gummy.
Okay.
See how it looks like it's melting, but it's not. So I'm going to finish it. I don't think I would buy this. But since I got it, I'm not going to waste nothing.
I'm still learning how to do this. So
I'll make sure I got nothing on my teeth.
He must be looking for his script. So
okay.
It's all good. All right. So what other haunted stories after being on this? I'm going to be on this planet 60 years come Monday.
You're going to what?
I'll be on this planet 60 years come Monday.
Oh, that's right. 60 years ago, you did your whining.
66 decades. 6 flipping decades.
Do you remember that day when you stuck a bead up your nose and you blamed me for it? That I
I
stuck the
remember
bead
all
up your
that
nose?
stuff.
Who put the bead up your nose? My sister.
I remember a lot of that stuff.
Why would I go get a bead and stick it up your nose?
Chat with
My
anybody
sister?
in the studio.
Oh, Lisa blamed me for everything. My
There's
sister
a
did
flag.
that.
To bring guests, copy link. Link is copied. And then I go over. I'm trying to figure this out. Comments, mind games.
Got a big yawn there. I'm almost water.
All right. So mind games is not. He hasn't responded. Oh, there he is. Mind games. Entered the studio. Add to stage. There you are.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Family's back
Hello.
together again.
What'd you say?
Family's back together again.
We are, we are. Thank you for allowing me back on.
Okay, so what do you got?
Okay, so yesterday in the course that we're taking, that I'm taking, um, he brought 5 people up. There was 1,000 people in the course,
Okay.
each live. He brought 5 people up and he asked us questions. I was one of them. And my question or my belief wasn't the one he wanted to work on that day, but he did work on this lady's belief. And what it is that in neurolinguistic programming, he's sharing on how there's a script. It's not about me specifically knowing like verbatim from my head the things that are gonna get you to relieve or to understand what holds maybe a person back, like a belief. There's a script for it, and this
Okay.
script is a way to be able to analyze through 2 different steps, through questions, how to get the person with questions. I'm asking you questions, you'll give me the answer, I'll write that answer down, and all I'm trying to do is get a variance from questions 1 in column A to questions 2 in column B, and
Okay.
there's a separation point. So basically, you're going to be the first one of you is going to be the first person I do this on. So it's actually just for one person at a time.
Okay.
Who is willing to show vulnerability right now?
Lisa.
Okay.
What is
Are you
will?
okay? So what this is based upon, Lisa, is this is based upon, and I can't promise anything because I haven't done it, but I did see somebody real time. Honestly, I saw somebody real time with his practice be able to take a belief of doubt and transform it real time in front of all of us to a belief of, let me find the word that she used. She used a specific word which was really amazing, and I do have it written down. Let me just see where it is. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. She used a really, really cool word that was probably in my eyes. Okay, she said, "I'm sovereign and I'm magnetic."
Okay.
So this is she had a feeling of doubt before, things that were holding her back. The basic is that the question that he asked all of us is, what do you think is holding you back? What is something that you have as a belief from before 7 years old or 7 years old and before? And so mine
Before
was,
7?
yes. So this is where beliefs are. So when you go and you look at the actual age of an individual,
Right.
okay, from 0 to 7, that right there is considered the imprint phase.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you're gaining in knowledge is the imprints of other people you're trying to get from. You don't
Yes.
have any information inside your body. Everything is from your parents.
So I'm sorry. So you're saying when you're that young, you're absorbing everything?
Everything's you're a sponge.
Okay.
You're not discerning yet. You're not discerning. So the reason why they call it the terrible twos, a lot of people might know this or might not know this, is because when you're 2 years old, usually you're moving around so much, your parents are saying no all the time. So 3 years old, you're now like you're going, yes, 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 I'm gonna do what I want to do because you said no to me so much. And that's why it's just a little basis of the way the kid mind works.
Mm-hmm.
From 7 to 14 years old, that's the modeling phase. That's the
Yes.
modal phase. That's where your critical factories are happening. That's where
Yes.
you're starting to, I like my aunt better than I like my uncle. I love the dog. I don't really like cats. Little things like that. From 14 to 21 years old, you're getting your socialization phase. What kind of person are you going to be? Like, are you nervous? Are you shy? Are you outgoing? These are the things that they're the traits. And then 30 years old, they state that 95% of your neurological connections have been pre-established. Okay, so but when you're 35 years old, normally your mind has worked on your from 7 years from born all the way to 35 years old. You have made your beliefs. You've made your
Okay.
decisions on what you like, what you don't like. You like red, you don't like blue. You like water, you don't like, water with lemon. You like Coke, you don't like Pepsi. All these different things. It's harder for you to change those pre neurological connections because they're already connected. Whatever fires together wires together. So
Yeah.
if you haven't changed your thought process in 35 years, you're pretty much stating that you're okay with what's going on, good
Okay.
or bad.
All right.
Okay. So what it is that the questions start like this, basically. Let me just get up page one. Okay. So what this is called the submodal checklist.
Okay.
Okay. The checklist is going to have questions inside there that are going to vary from different feelings, different stages of the senses.
Okay.
Okay. So the senses that you're
Lisa's like, ask me.
okay.
Ask what?
Well, let me just explain it first, so you can
Oh,
sort of
okay. I
understand
can
what we're
tell her
trying
face.
what we're trying to get.
Okay.
Is I'm going to ask you a set of questions, and they're going to be based upon different things. It's going to be sight, smell, sound, hearing, and touching, the five
Mhm.
senses. Okay, and I'm going to use specific words in those things that might they're going to represent the same thing, but they're going to sound a little differently. And I'll just say the five senses, so you don't get confused. So the first question that I'm going to ask you is the belief change script is this. Can you think of a limiting belief that you wish you didn't have? What is a limiting belief that you wish you didn't have?
A
Think
limiting
about that.
a
Now,
limiting
now, now,
belief.
now, another thing is this: is you're going to want to close your eyes if you can, because you're going to want to feel things that are. You're going to want to every sense you're going to want to have. So if that's okay,
Okay, I have that limiting belief.
okay. What is your limiting belief? Can you just say it in like describe it to me,
I
please.
have a fear of success.
You do?
Yeah.
Fear
Of
of six.
succeeding. Yeah.
Okay. Now let me ask you this: is the reason why do you have that fear of success? What age were you that made you interpret that? Who told you it? What was that? How did that belief come into your?
Because I failed.
You
So
failed
there
before
was
7 years old.
no, because no, this is probably an adult thing. Is at some point in my life, I failed at something, and I feared trying new things, not because of the failing, because fearing that I'm going to succeed. When in fact, if I succeed, it could be there's a good chance I'm going to fail at that success. It's not the
Okay.
fear of failure; it's the fear of losing that success. So
Okay. So
there's a
the practice is not you doing this as an adult. What did you have something that happened to you before 7 years old? So if you were 7 years old or
yeah,
younger, did something happen that ingrained you to believe that you couldn't succeed before you had this experience when you're older?
yeah.
It
It
had
felt like I wasn't good enough.
did that happened before 4 years old, right? So somebody in the family, somebody in friends, something happened where you felt that you didn't have
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
this
Okay.
backing.
Yeah.
here. Yeah,
How you
fear
doing?
of being left out.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to mute
So
some people. I'm going to mute Cindy, and I'm going to mute Peyton right now.
okay, so
Okay,
this
so
so
that we
this
can talk about what we're talking about. Peyton,
okay,
stick
so
around. Satan's
He
gone.
won't. He won't stick around. He won't stick around. So the fear you're talking about is something that, was it a person, or you felt like you couldn't do something. Somebody didn't give you like the encouragement to do it. That's why when
Yeah.
it
Okay.
encouragement. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not the greatest writer. Okay, but I got it. Okay, so encouragement. So um now, as you think about that belief now, how do you picture it? Now, the reason why you want to close your eyes for this, it's very important, because if you close your eyes for the whole thing and you just breathe and you just let me flow you through this, you're going to be able to picture things. You're going to
Hmm.
be able to get back to the memories of either sound, sense of touch, sense of feel, sense of how close things are to you. That's what we're looking for right now. That's why your eyes can't be open for this.
Okay.
So, um, as you are thinking about this belief, how do you picture this belief?
As a child, I
Okay,
picture
no.
myself.
Now, so you had this belief from a child, but now everything is happening right now in this point. So how is your belief
I
right now?
picture myself being isolated and being not successful because I'm isolated and nobody's going to like me and what I produce. And so that's my fear of success because I have that limiting belief. I'm attached to it.
Okay. Um Now, okay, so you have that limiting belief. That limiting belief, you're attached to it.
Hmm.
Attached. Okay. So, sorry about that. Can you think of a belief that is no longer true? For example, you once had a belief, I am 7 years old. I'm a 7-year-old child. Did you or did you not? And do you, wait, and do you believe that now? So remember, I was asking you, so 7 years old, you had the belief that you were isolated, the encouragement, like you didn't get encouragement. And you just said to me that you do have this belief still because of the fear of success.
Hmm.
Can you picture that? Can you picture that the reason why
Yes.
you have this fear of success is because of the association to when you were younger than 7?
Yes.
Okay. Now, these are just the questions. We're not in the submodal part. Okay. So these are just the questions. The next thing is going to be, these are just 9 questions I'm asking you. Okay. The next is going to be, so when do you think of that belief? When do you think of this belief? When does this belief come up for you that you feel that you can't succeed? Is it when you are working, when you are sitting around? Um, what is making this belief get triggered?
When I'm watching other people doing what they do online and comparing myself to them.
Pair-
Mostly when I'm
Okay,
comparing myself to other people.
comparing me to them. Okay, take that picture of that old belief, okay,
Yes.
and move it in your mind. Just move it in your mind on the side.
Okay.
Put it to the right or the top or the bottom or the left. No longer, it's no longer true. Okay. Oh, give me one second. Give me one second. I'm doing this backwards. I'm doing this backwards. I'm sorry. I'm doing this backwards. I need to read you the submodal before I read you the actual excerpt. Okay, so the submodal is this. This is going to make it even easier for you to understand. So we're going to do a visual first. You've already told me your little belief, not your little bit, but your belief that you want to work on. We're going to work on this. Okay. Is the image of this belief, is it black or white or color?
It's
What
in
your
color.
vision? It's in color. Okay, so that's what I needed to do. Is in color. Okay. Is the image near or far away? When you see this image in your mind, do you see it close to you or far away, or is it in panoramic? Is it all around you?
It's all around me.
Okay, panoramic. Okay. Is the image bright or dim? Is it
It's
very
bright.
vivid?
It's vivid.
It's vivid. Okay, so it's bright. Okay. Where is the image located? Behind you, in front of you, to the left side or the right side? Now you said panoramic, so it's all the way around you. But is the
Mm-hmm.
image in a specific space? Do you see it more in one area, or is it circularly or
Oh,
surrounding you the whole
I
time?
see the image in one location. Yeah.
Okay, where you see it in one location? Okay, so it's in. So you see it as like a picture, like it's a picture frame, not panoramic, not all around you, but you see it as a picture frame, right?
Oh, I know what you mean. No, no, no. It's movement. It's a scene, so it's panoramic.
Okay, so it is moving. Okay, so but is this picture? Yes.
Megan, you should bring back Peyton. He can't be behind stage all this time. He can listen while he's on the thing.
I didn't know he's behind the stage.
That's
I
his-
don't see him. Is he?
Add to stage. Yeah, but his picture's not on there.
He took his picture off. That's why.
Okay.
Um.
Hold on, guys.
Okay.
Okay, let's keep going.
There he is. There he is. There he is. Okay. So, are you associated? Okay. Are you associated looking through? Meaning, are you looking at this image from your own eyes? This picture. Are you watching this movie from your own eyes, or are you looking at yourself watching this movie? Is it intro or extra? Like, are you outside looking at yourself, watching this happening? Like you're like an outer body experience, or are you inside your own mind and you're looking?
I'm in the scene, but I'm the adult looking at the scene as the child.
Okay, so you're looking at yourself. You're
Yeah.
watching yourself have the. Okay, so you are extra. Okay. Is the image in focus or is it out of focus?
It's in focus.
Okay. Is the image framed like a photo? You already said panoramic. You said it's all the way around you.
No, it's not
It's
framed.
it's panoramic.
Can you see it, Lisa?
Yeah.
Is it far away or is it? Did you say you said no? Okay, so is it far away or is it close?
No, it's not far away. It's close.
It's close. Okay. Okay. Is the image? You said it's moving, right? You said it's moving, right?
Yeah.
It's like a movie. It's okay. So you're okay. So there's steps to it, moving. Okay, that's one part. Now the next part is going to be: are there any sounds that are important? Is there any sounds within this movie that you're hearing? Like
A sound. Yeah. There's sound and there are sounds.
okay, yes. Okay. Are the sounds near or far away?
Oh, they're near.
They're near. The direction they are coming from: front, back, left, or right?
Front.
Are the sounds internal, coming from the inside, or are they external? Now you said you were looking at yourself as the child, so you're the adult looking at yourself as a child.
Yeah, the sounds are internal.
Internal. Okay. Are the sounds loud or soft?
Soft.
Are the sounds fast or slow?
I guess they're slow. I mean, they're not like
I'm not talking about slow motion. I'm talking about
normal.
okay. Okay.
Like
So, but
normal.
are they? They're like we're talking right now. They're
Yeah,
slower.
exactly.
They're not. Blah, 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 blah. They're okay. So they're slow.
Not rapid.
Okay. Now that right there, that was the auditory. This is auditory digital. What do you say to yourself when you think about this? So when you're thinking about this, what are you saying to yourself?
I say that, oh, here comes that childhood image again. I mean, I'm just like it. I'm kind of like take comfort in this childhood image
So
because
you
I
take comfort.
say to myself, I question why. Why did that happen?
Okay. Let's just say if we were looking at this as a, it's a little weird right there. What do you say to yourself when you think of this?
Oh, what do I say to myself when I think
Yeah.
about the scene? I think
Yeah.
about how confused I say to myself, you were really confused and that you didn't understand what was going on in that scene.
Confused. Okay. Now, are there any feelings that are important?
Now or then?
We're talking about now.
No, I'm indifferent about the feelings. Um,
Different. Okay. Um, where are the feelings located in your body,
right here.
your head?
Hmm.
Okay. Um, what are the size of these feelings? Are they really strong and big feelings, or are they, you know,
They're not. No, they're not strong feelings. They're not big feelings. They're just they're just feelings that come up. So they don't have any significance.
okay, so I'm just gonna say small. Is that
Yeah,
okay? Okay. For right now.
sure.
Okay. What shape are these feelings?
When you say shape, what do you mean?
Um, I would have to say, are they encompassing feelings? Are they feelings that, you just have in your head, or do you feel it radiating through your body? If I were going to say a feeling.
Oh, okay. I feel them radiating through my body.
Okay. Mm. If these feelings had colors, what color would they be?
Green and blue.
Okay. First stage right there. Go over here really quickly. Okay. So now we got that. We got that. Okay. So now we're going to do it in another way. We're going to do the same style things. Okay. Let me ask you something. By the way, what did you have for dinner tonight?
I had a club sandwich.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're
Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Yeah. What did somebody else eat?
Somebody else in my homie,
Anybody. It doesn't matter.
mom had fish and chips.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. It's really good. So you had to make two different dinners.
No, mom, we went out to eat tonight.
Oh, okay. Okay, very cool. Very cool.
We treated ourselves.
Oh, awesome. Beautiful. So now we're going to do this in a little bit of a different way. I'm going to ask you the same questions, but I'm going to ask you to put these words in your head.
Okay.
I am the 7-year-old.
I'm the 7-year-old. Go ahead.
Okay. You're the 7-year-old. So every question that I'm going to ask you right now is going to be from your 7-year-old or earlier mind.
Sure.
So when you answer them as your 7-year-old.
I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. Is the image black, white, or color?
As a 7-year-old, I would say the image I'm experiencing is black.
Okay. Is the image near or far?
As a 7-year-old, the image is far.
Is the image bright or dim?
Dim.
Where is it located, this image? Behind you, front of you, left or right?
Front.
Is the image in focus or is it out of focus?
It's in focus.
Okay. Are you associated looking through your own eyes or are you dissociated looking at yourself?
I am. Ooh, that's a good question.
This is the same thing that before you said you were
I'm looking
extroverted.
at myself.
You're looking at yourself. So you're outside. You're from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Extra. Okay. Is the image framed like a photo or is it panoramic?
It's still panoramic. I'm gonna meet Cindy. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is this image still or is it moving?
It's moving.
Okay. Is there a sound?
Yes.
Okay. Is the sound near or far?
The sound that I'm hearing is it's all around me, so it's near.
Yes. Near. Okay. What direction are they coming from? Front, back, left, or right?
Front.
Are the sounds internal, coming from the inside, or are they coming from the external, outside?
External.
Okay. Are the sounds loud or soft?
They're loud.
Okay. Are the sounds fast or slow?
They're slow.
Okay, so make a clicking sound.
Click.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wow. Is that a birdie?
That's Cynthia's bird. I just muted it.
Oh, okay. No, it sounded cute. Okay, so what do you say to yourself when you think of these sounds? Or when you think of this, sorry. When you think of this, what do you say to yourself?
As the 7-year-old,
As a 7-year-old, yes.
I don't understand what's going on.
So you still feel confused.
Yes.
Okay.
Even more confused. Like, huh?
Well, of course. Okay. So are there any feelings that are important? Feeling like touching feelings.
No.
So basically indifferent.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are the feelings located in your body?
Still in my head.
Where are the feelings? Okay, yeah. What is the size of the feelings?
Oh, they're probably bigger, like, all around me. No, what was it? Encompassing.
Bigger. Okay. All around. Okay, so what shape are the feelings? Are they radiating? Are they just all full now? Because you're just I
The
can't lead
feelings,
you in.
they're full. I mean, they're radiating. Let's say they're
They are
radiating.
they're
Yeah.
radiating still okay.
Everybody's leaving. See? This is my feeling.
Exactly. Success.
We're
Well, listen,
experiencing them
there
right
was
now.
1,000 people watching this other lady do it by a professional. So I'm just like, I'm practicing. That's what the thing was, is try to see if you can find 5 people that will allow you to sort of walk this through. You were saying that this costs $1,000. If you know, when you look it up, this course that I'm taking is free.
Okay.
So I put a link on my post that people can go and go to, and they can go take the same course that I'm taking,
Okay.
if they wanted to. Okay, so last question. If those feelings had colors, what would the colors be?
I think we talked about this, but as a child, red and black.
And black. Okay. And you went, what did I do there? Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you still. Don't worry. We're all good. We're all good. I just need to
Every
make sure that
shot.
I got you back. I got you back, right? I got you back? No, I
Yeah,
got you.
you're fine. No worries.
One second. I got you here. 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 I got you
Okay.
here. All right, so okay. So I'm just listening right now on my computer too to the sound. It's like backfiring on me. Okay, so give me 1 second. Let me come over here. Okay. So now I'm going to ask you the questions.
Peyton's background has a lot of sound. Okay.
He always has music. He loves music.
I know.
He loves music. Or sound. I don't want to say he always loves music because he's listening to rain sound. He's listening to all different types of
Yeah.
sound. Okay. So let me see. This is script number 2. Okay. So script number 1. Okay. So you thought of your limiting belief.
Yes.
Limiting belief was a fear of success, which you can relate back to when you were a child of encouragement.
Okay.
And which you also explained as isolation or
Mhm.
isolated. Okay. So so now we're going to go, as you think of this belief from what you did before to now, when I look at the things that you did, you talked about that when you were an adult, let's just say, you were looking at things as a color, close, bright, extroverted, I mean outside, in focus, panoramic, and moving.
Yeah.
As a child, you turned that color to black.
Yeah.
Instead of it being close, it was far. Instead of it being bright, it was dim.
Yes.
It was in front of you. It still was extrovert. It still was you looking at it, not from the actual eyes. Um, it still was in focus. It still was panoramic, and it still was moving.
Yeah.
So um, the next thing is that you still heard the sounds as yes. You still had, they were near, they were in front. Instead of internal at 7 year at an adult at a younger age, you were looking at them. They were sounding. They were external. They weren't internal. When you were older now, you're looking at them. They're soft. When you were younger, you envisioned that they were louder. So when I'm doing this right here, and I'm looking back at what I learned yesterday, which is not enough really to get through this, because it was very quick. Um, Things have changed for you.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna do, and what I mean by this is that I'm not able to at this moment in time. I'm not able to, besides ask the questions. I'm not able to trigger with the thought process of what is going to, because the click that I had you do, the click that I had you do before, is like the trigger. And that is the imprint. The question that I asked you, that seemed a little off,
Okay.
is considered something called a pattern break.
Okay.
It's so I'm asking you the questions of you as the adult of what you're giving me the answers for. And then the question last night, the guy asked, "Are you wearing any underwear?" I didn't really want to ask you, "Are you wearing any underwear?" But that's what the question was. It was a pattern break. It was something sudden to make somebody like, why would he ask me that question? To get your mind off of what the questions were that I just asked you.
That's a landmark tactic.
Okay, a landmark tactic.
Are
Exactly.
you wearing underwear?
They did that at landmark. Landmark, you would be telling your
Personal things.
personal story, bring up the trauma, they bring it all out, and then the pattern break is, what'd you have for breakfast this morning?
Exactly. That's why I asked you what you had for dinner. So I didn't know how to do it any other way than be polite.
Yeah.
So then I started asking you the questions as you being a 7-year-old.
Right.
And you answered these questions differently as a 7-year-old.
True.
Okay. You answered them enough differently that there is a pattern, there is a reprint of this feeling now. You might not notice it, and I'm not sure how I have been able to implement it to make a change on you, but this is how the change works. Now it's up to you to feel that this has worked. It's all about you, like when you were saying the landmark. It's all about the way that you interpret it. I've
Mhm.
heard you talk about this before when you were on your live when I was driving. You were talking about this with the lady that you have as a coach. Um, there's a lady that's also is one of your subscribers, but she's also a coach of yours. You go out to lunch with her. You go, she's like one of
Oh, yeah,
your
she's my accountability partner. We meet
right.
every
You're in exactly.
Yeah.
So what she's your accountability partner. So she's almost doing like neuro linguistic programming with you. She's holding you accountable for the things that you say you're going to do. She just
Yes,
makes sure that you're going to like. She just comes and encourages you. Are you doing them,
we
Lisa?
both do that to each other. Yes.
Okay. So with this, you've done changes. Like the goal is out of all these questions to have two different answers on the right side than on the left side. And
Mhm.
you've given me one, two, three answers. You've given me four answers, five answers, you've given me seven. You've given me six answers that are different from when you are looking at it as you are now to when
Mhm.
you were looking at it as I am the 7-year-old,
Yeah.
which means that from what I've gathered from what I learned last night, that you have made a pattern disruption
Mhm.
just with talking with you about this right now. So what I would like to find out, and that's why this is practice, this is not me knowing how to do this, and that's what I'm going to learn how to do is when you get into a situation that this comes up again. I don't know if it's at work, if it's when you're doing some, you said it's when you're around other people, right? It's not when you're alone.
Not when I'm alone, when I'm around other people. Yeah.
Okay. But it just doesn't happen when you're around, when you're doing your live right now. I mean, not with me, but I'm saying when you're doing your lives, this doesn't happen, does it?
No, I treat this probably as my online social presence is probably that pattern interruption.
Okay. So you would necessarily maybe think that this was now, okay. So the best thing I can think of is this, is that when you're done with your live and you start looking at stuff tomorrow, recognize if you can, and maybe write a couple things down so you can maybe let me know. Did you compare yourself to those things? Or did you say to yourself, wow, I'm doing just as good a job now? I'm okay. I like what I'm doing right now because that right over there is really interesting, but what I'm doing right now is really interesting to me. Like I know I'm doing, and so you're not feeling this encompassed a feeling of like lack of success.
I'm feeling this. I no longer, okay, I'm really working hard to not identify with the standardized um, definition of what success is. I really am. It's like you have your own level of, everybody has their own success, but we constantly compare it with what other people are doing. And that's, and knowing that they're doing the same thing too, you know, and that I take comfort in standing out and not following the herd.
So I'm not saying that this worked. I'm not saying it worked at all because I'm way too new at it. But I will let you know something. Just from when you started talking about this feeling
Mhm.
to now, with the way that you explained what you explained to me just now, it sounds like something you rearrange the pattern, the program within your own mind from just the questions. I don't know if it happened. I can't say that it did. I'm still way too new at this, but I
Yeah.
will say this, that when I share my situation about my channel, about my own personal emotions in the beginning, a lot of people, when it resonated with them, it helped them understand that their feelings, they had control over them too. And from what I heard just now, with the way you express this to me, and I know that you're a strong person and you have control, you have more, you sound like you have more confidence about that control. Like you sound like you have more control over it, because confidence is competence. It sounds like you're looking at the stuff that you already know, like you've had a business, you've had all these things, and you're now trusting in them, and your competency is giving you the confidence that you won't be necessarily judging your other people against what you can do, and vice versa. You won't be sitting there. So I don't know if this is going to work. I'm just saying I think that it might be something that if you can start recognizing it and let me know the next time we communicate and be like, I'm not, I'm just looking to see if there's any changes, because the goal of this is that, not that I can help you right now, but the goal would be that if I'm asking these questions in the right way, that I'm actually getting somebody to answer, like, them answer their own problem and solve it themselves. I'm just helping them, like your accountability coach. You're holding each other accountable for both your goals. So she'll tell you her goals, you'll tell her your goals, and each, whenever you guys get together, it's like, hey, did you do that? And the accountability is like, yeah, okay, so what can I do to help encourage you, type of thing. But I'm
Mhm.
not going to let you slide on it. Like, that's what the accountability is. The accountability is, I'm not letting you slide, but I'm going to listen to you, and I'm going to help you build up to that next level, to where you succeed at the goal that you really wanted to succeed. So maybe it might take you 2 weeks instead of 1 week. The accountability coach is the one that's there, and that's what interpreting the process, and that's what I would be doing in the long run, is I would be helping people with their mental health conversation,
Mhm.
and within their own self, that I would help them. And I'm not going to get paid on something like asking them questions, but when the transformation happens and they see the transformation has happened, they're going
Yeah.
to want to know, how do they get more time with me?
Got
And
it.
that more
Okay.
time with me is going to be the accountability coach, and that's
Yes.
going to cost a little bit of money.
Sure.
That's going to be where the value is. So it's not going to the value is not going to be in them, me asking them questions. So Cindy, interesting that you said the other day, and this is not a dig, but this is the way a lot of people
No
think.
digs.
No digs. This is the way a lot of people think. A lot of people, like, you didn't let me get this across, and I almost messed up that night. I almost did. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to be honest with you. I almost messed up because I allowed something to trigger me
Yeah.
inside. That's a past situation that I know that I've been working on, and you might have noticed it, but it didn't come to fruition because it didn't fully get into where I would go in the past, to the
Mhm.
where I was trapped.
Yeah.
It was when you were saying a certification. I can value the certification that Joe has, and Todd, you don't have the value there. You weren't saying it in a rude way. You were just saying that somebody that has a certification is more able to be listened to by other people. Like a
No.
doctor is going to
Well, I
be
don't think
heard
I
more
meant
than.
that way. What I'm saying is, we're not going to go in the rabbit hole, but I'm going to say like this: when people are learning things, I'm going to say this one time. You're learning something that you're learning, whatever you're doing right now. But when it comes into counseling, I think you have to have some kind of certification. That's what I'm saying. Counseling others. That's what I'm saying. And he has a
Okay.
certification, it sounds like, on something. I'm not just saying on
No, no,
something.
no. I know. And
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm
So
not.
there's
I'm not.
nothing, there was nothing there. That's it.
And
No, I know. I
And
wanted. I
we'll move
wanted to
on.
say it. I wanted to say it because it means a lot. What
Yeah.
you were saying is a very valid point.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah.
not going to go to somebody that's going to be a paralegal to go and give you legal advice. You're going to go to the lawyer, right?
Did you go get some?
I
Well,
mean,
Well,
I'm serious.
honestly, I had a paralegal came and visit. I had an auto accident, a paralegal, but they were able to get the paperwork for the lawyer, Then the lawyer came, but they did all the groundwork.
That's what they
And then the lawyer.
do.
It was pretty
It's same
interesting. Yeah.
same thing with like the PA, the
Yeah.
physician's assistant.
Yeah.
They're going to sit there, get all your stuff, and then the doctor's going to come in and evaluate you from all that information that has happened. Because if they're too big for their britches,
Yeah.
that's usually what happens.
But you
Because
don't become skilled until you learn it, you do it, and you teach it.
Right.
exactly. That's okay.
My
So
school of thought.
I met Joe in December of last year. Joe was sharing with me, just by meeting me, he saw that there were certain potentials within inside of me, that I would have these
That's
triggers, and
good.
I mean, it's amazing. I
Mhm.
would not be where I'm at right now. I would not
Yeah.
be asking you to, not that my confidence wouldn't be there or my personality wouldn't be there, but my mind wouldn't be there to ask
Yeah.
you if I could practice this, because I wouldn't be
Yeah.
even thinking about neurolinguistic programming. I was
Yeah.
just thinking about helping myself help other people through through trauma, because I believe that a tragedy only turns into a trauma when you don't address it right away. And the reason
Mhm.
why I had so many triggers turn into traumas is because my parents were only knew what they knew how to do, and I was still so young that these triggers turned into traumas, because they're like, hey, how do I deal with a 4-year-old kid?
Yeah.
How do I deal with a 5.5-year-old kid? How do I deal with a 7-year-old kid? You know what I mean? As an adult.
Mhm.
And my mom was 29 and my father was 41
Yeah.
when they had me. So there was an age difference also on top of that too.
Yeah.
Um, when you look at, like, for example, one of the things that I was really focused on was when the whole thing happened with the flood that happened in the flash flood that happened over in Texas. And everybody was sitting there talking about all this stuff, and they were saying, you were hearing these little whispers about, how can these Christian people that sent their children to a Christian camp now still believe in God when something
Yeah.
like this happened? And I wanted to make sure, just with a conversation, that there's no way that you stop thinking about God because something like this happens.
Mhm.
Okay. Don't have doubt because you think that somebody's feeding you this negative energy. That's what they
Yeah.
want you to believe. They want you to feel these things. Um, and that's what happened to me in my life. I allowed the traumas that were the triggers that turned into traumas to define me all the way till I was 50 years
But see
old.
it as a positive now. Now you're learning new things and you're learning
Exactly.
how to work with it, and it's all good, And I'm going to be honest. A lot of times I take things personal too. It's like they're talking to me. They said that to me. And I have those abilities sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? And people are like, I didn't mean it to you, Cindy. I meant it to everybody.
Well, before it,
But people a lot of times, but it's a natural instinct. People take things personal, and I don't see anything wrong. I learn things too every day of my life. And
I wasn't
remember,
trying to judge you.
yeah, no, but I work around people every day, so I don't take anything wrong. Believe me, we get things at us all the time, and they always say you wear a different hat with every person. You know what I'm saying? So nothing really nothing really triggers me. You know what I'm saying? I always say have good thoughts, but sometimes it does happen. And I would never want to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? I would never want to
Oh,
do that intentionally by mistake. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying that's why people learn to do counseling. They learn to get certificates so they can talk to other people, you know. Especially with YouTube too. They want to make sure that we don't say certain things. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always put a disclaimer.
me too.
Always, you know what I'm
I'm not a
saying?
pro.
Yeah.
I'm just a patient of myself. I
Yeah.
never like I'm here to help you with my personal experiences. In the beginning I never wanted to be a leader. They said, "Oh,
Mhm.
you're a leader." I'm like, "I'm not a leader." And then it
Right.
got to the point where it's like, something, I'm leading by my examples. I'm not
Yeah.
leading you. If you're interested in what I say, it's because you see that I'm transforming myself. I'm following my own advice and I'm doing the
Right.
work to do it. I believe
Right.
that everybody has to do the work. So that's sort of where in the past people would say something and I would get triggered and then it would turn into a
Yeah.
trap.
But see,
Where now,
but you're learning now not to do that. You're learning that sometimes people say things from the heart, and you probably heard it a different way, and it's normal. It's okay. You know what I mean? Everyone forgives each other. You know what I mean? That's how I see. We have to forgive each other. If we don't mean something wrong, we forgive each other. And you're doing good, and you're learning new things right now. You asked Lisa some questions from what you're taking, and those are
you,
good
I'm
things.
glad I'm glad that
Positive.
you were able to practice that today. That's
Yeah.
good.
Can we practice? Can we practice again? And that,
You
not
learned
now,
that.
but I'm saying another time.
No, we
Absolutely.
can
Yeah,
practice
it's
another
fine.
time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
not
no, not
tonight.
now. Not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. And the
Lisa's like, I
interesting
can
thing.
only take so much.
Well, the interesting thing is this: is that what I was saying before with that is that the reason I'm so glad that I didn't get trapped within the thing that happened the other night was because that would have shown that I had no growth.
You're
The growth,
okay.
my transfer,
Yeah.
no, it wouldn't have been okay
You're
because
good,
if you
Todd.
notice, we're not from that for me because I'm
Yeah.
trying to
No, I
get,
get what you're
we're trying to
saying.
get the mental health, I mean, the mental mastery school. We're getting that assessed right now. How can
Yeah.
somebody that's involved in it that wants to help people not even be able to be on a live, conversation with people, and now they're getting triggered? You see what I'm saying? So it was something that I surpassed that was like I felt there was an achievement that happened there. Because if it was like in the beginning of the year or the end of last year, I would have been like, what is she saying? Like she's not validating me. There's something with inside of me that's wrong. Like you were saying before, like with the success thing. When
Yeah.
I grew up, a lot of it was like, money doesn't grow on trees.
Well,
My
that's a
the
famous story of our mom and dad. That's a
exactly.
famous
The kids.
word.
Did you ever hear kids are to be heard and not kids are to be seen and not heard?
I've heard them all. But what's another thing too, that's another word. And Lance, her husband, have said it, including my husband used to say it, and my grandpa said it, my grandma. Learn it, use it as a learning lesson. They used to say that all the time. Learn from our mistakes. That has been known for so many years. And I think it's real true value to it. And like you said, you learn something. I learned things too. And I think everything is a positive. And everything that you just talked about were all positive and they're good things. And like I said, I learned things too, huh?
The last person I want to take relationship advice is from somebody who's never been in a relationship. The last person I want to take money advice is from somebody who's poor. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And anybody, if you're saying that, you may have like mental health, well, and you're doing something, you want to be around people who are experiencing and struggling and
Right.
thriving their mental health life, their life with their mental illness.
See,
and
like
are
me,
doing something about it as opposed
Right.
to being a victim of it.
right.
Right,
Instead of
exactly.
complaining about it, do something about it, and you are. And there's a saying.
Yeah.
That's another thing, is saying do something about it. So it's, and you are. That's a good thing. Like people tell me, well, how long you've been doing makeup? I go, I've been in the makeup industry since I was 22, but I still got to learn. And I still have to do all that and I'm able to touch people when I'm at work because I'm under the umbrella of the company. You know what I'm saying?
So you want to know the story?
Yeah, please.
It's the cutest little thing.
What story?
So when I was in kindergarten,
that you were thinking of?
when my mom put me in kindergarten, I was 5 years old. I didn't make it the first 2 weeks. They asked my mom to come get me. She's not mature enough.
It's a true story.
Okay, so listen to this. I'm not mature enough. My mom had to pull me out of kindergarten because I couldn't function. So there must be something wrong with me. Okay. And they said, well, why don't you wait a year for her?
Right.
Okay. Maybe she'll be more mature at a mature level to go to and be around, socialize around other kids. So we're talking about the next year, man. That's it. I don't have another chance. I got to do this.
And she almost did it again. She almost started whining, and my mom's like, no, you're not coming home. You're staying in school.
I have to do it. I have to do it, right? If I don't do it, I ain't going to do it. So she puts me into kindergarten, and I'm in the backyard. I'm in the back playground. And I have to do this, man. I got to show courage. I got to do it. And
that was hard work for you.
They give you the milk, and they put a little straw, and you're sitting out there, and I'm by myself.
Yes, you were.
And kids are playing up and down. Little girls, little boys are in the yard, and they're running up and down, and they're like chasing each other. They're playing this thing that I'm like looking at going, I don't understand what's going on. What are they doing? Why are they doing that? And this is what I'm talking to my head. And I got my lunch, and I'm sitting on the they have the tinder blocks that you sit on, and I'm watching the kids play like it's a show. And they're having the time of their life, but I don't understand what is going on. Why are they doing that?
I think I know why. Because you didn't socialize when you were
I
a
had no
really young girl.
socialization.
I had friends. I'd go out in the front yard and go play. That you actually start playing with my friends. That's how you met everybody else. And
I had no
you didn't
socialization.
socialize.
And I
You know what you
literally am-
did? You sat in your chair and watched Sesame Street and watched Mr. Rogers. That
And I
was your
took comfort
cocoon.
in
That
that.
was your protection.
and
But
I'm
you didn't
sitting,
go out in the front. You were
and I'm
inside the
sitting
house.
there, and I'm just like, I have no
Yeah,
idea what
that's
these
why.
fucking kids are doing. Like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? What is this? You know, this looks like this is crap. Who plays this? I mean, it was like mindless to me. I was already, and I was reading like before I went to school.
Because you were watching TV, teaching you.
I was reading, yeah, self-taught.
Mhm.
So I was like, this looks like what? I mean, I just didn't feel like I belonged.
So
But then once you started, you're on a
so there
roll.
was something you felt an educational, like, I guess, a drift of it, because I got diagnosed when I was younger, LD, learning disability. That was a stigma that stuck with me, and it really messed me up that a therapist put that on me at such a young age, because it was like a self-conscious thing, like, oh, you can't comprehend it.
All the kids are put on tracks. Okay. Now, I went through the kindergarten. In kindergarten, you can learn how to tie your fucking shoe. You learn how to do stuff like that, right? But as I got in first grade, second grade, something started shifting. Kids started calling me stupid. They started calling me dumb. But that's how mean kids are.
Yeah.
You're behind. Here's what happened. Somebody pulled mom and dad aside and said, you guys got to get her eyes checked. So dad took me to an ophthalmologist who was his ophthalmologist. They checked my eyes, and I needed glasses.
How old
After
were you?
I got
7?
my first pair of glasses, my whole life changed for me. My whole experience in life.
How old were you? 7 or 6?
I think I was 7.
Yeah.
So
And
for the better?
Everything changed for the better, but I was still isolated. But because I had to catch up on learning. I knew how to read, but I mean, everything just like went boom, you know. Like
I can see.
I had like you had the running shoes on, and now you're just running with it. Like, give her the ball, she's gonna run with it, you know, that type of thing. So after that, I got the glasses. My demeanor, everything changed. But I had been post 7 years old at the time, and I did make a few friends, but it was slow. So I've always had a very small circle of friends at best. We're talking. Lauren and I are the only. She's like my only friend right now.
Was she from your school?
No, Lauren is my accountability partner.
Oh, okay. So you're still that way. That's why you're saying that.
I'm still that way.
Yeah. 1 or 2 friends, no more than 3.
Cynthia, Megan, family. You know, I have a best friend who lives in Boston, but I rarely talk to him now. But we're still friends. You know.
You know, it's interesting that you share this, because I don't know where you were going with the 102 minutes before I got on. I don't know what the previous part of the conversation was that you were having before I found out that you guys were live.
Oh, we were talking about haunted houses.
What were we talking about?
Haunting.
Talking about haunted homes, haunted hotels.
But I know that you were in your NLP, and I know that you really love that. And and that's why you said, "Can I practice on it?" Yeah, come on, practice. Because I believe in the learn, do, teach aspect. I didn't discover learn, do, teach until I was in my 50s. I discovered it like in your 20s, you're learning. In your 30s, you're doing. And in your late 40s, you start realizing, oh, you have that existential shift in your life. And that's when you start becoming a teacher. People listen to you. You have authority.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you say that, because when I was going to college at 25 to 29, I was already starting to teach, because I was more advanced in the skills that I was learning, and the students were like wanting to know the people that I went to school with, my peers. They wanted to know, and I was also 5 years older than them. So they were 18, 19, 20. I was 25, 26, 27. So there was a 5-year difference, 6-year difference between us. already. I was a late bloomer, let's just say,
Mm.
when it came to going to college. And this was creative stuff. This was like talking about computer animation, and this was like, talking about that kind of stuff. So it's not like I was teaching English or teaching somebody science. Um, but I've always been into wanting to share what I'm learning with other people. I've never been the type of person that wanted to hold it back from somebody. If they're like, "Hey, what are you doing over there?" Here, I'm doing this. Check it
Yeah.
out.
Right.
If you like it, great. If you don't like it, that sucks.
Yeah. Later on in life, I started taking authority in the things that I know. And it could be, I discovered that on social media, that don't discount what you know, share it with people. And that's where the magic happens. Because, the most simple, mundane things that you think you do every single day and you think that everybody does, everybody doesn't do it.
Yeah.
No.
I freaking showed my theme park outfit. I said, this is what I wear to go to Disneyland. I threw the clothes on the bed and I go, I wear this, I wear this, I wear this, I wear this. And most people would go, people who know game, they would take that for granted. You have no idea the traction that video gets. People want to know, what kind of pants are those? What kind of shoes are that? You know what I mean? Because a lot of, you can't assume everybody just knows.
Not everybody's thinking about what you're thinking about.
You know,
That's what's so interesting about these times right now. It's not to change the subject, but for example, with today is an important day in American history. And I barely heard anybody talking about 9/11 today. And I don't know if that's because people just don't want to associate with it right now, or if it's just like, we're so far away from it. It's 20, 24 years ago that it's just like not a subject anymore.
well, your
So,
generation's already skipped by.
Well, you figure Megan was what, 395?
All the kids I
6 or
work
7.
with,
So her mind she knows it, but she was
all
too
the-
young to understand.
all the kids
But-
I work with either weren't born yet or they were in diapers.
Right.
but what
Right.
didn't you say something that your mom was saying? Didn't you say something that your mom, the Kennedy thing, was something that did something to her? She never stopped thinking about that when it happened. Like each year, was there like not an anniversary, but a memoriversary, like where you remember, like this is in honor of that
Because that was
crisis
her
that.
time. She was, our mom was in her 30s.
Um,
Right, but this is our time, isn't it? Isn't like right now, like for you and me, and not for Megan, but for you and me and the people that are older, Gen X isn't 9/11 like a thing?
yeah, but a lot of us have the great awakening. We've awakened.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. So we don't attach ourselves to those emotions right now? Is that like, I mean, I'm
Why are we going
awakened.
there?
No, the only reason I'm at, well, because a lot.
I want to think of happy thoughts.
Okay, okay. No, that's what I'm asking. I'm just wondering,
Yeah.
are we a society now that wants to think of happy thoughts?
We
I
as a
do.
You know?
society want to break free from the spell.
Okay.
The great
Okay.
awakening. People are becoming more existential and becoming really to value the time that they have here and what the difference that you make in life. Like yesterday was a very traumatic experience. Today, I worked diligently to get myself out in the house, in the
Get
yard,
yourself thinking
to
positive.
awaken my senses, to break out of the spell, to break out of the trauma by touching.
Feeling.
You want to see, you want to touch, you want to smell.
Right.
Okay?
The senses that we work with.
You want to shake yourself up, and you want to be able to break free from the trauma and the constant, I need to live in, I need to find out what's going on. No, you don't. You need to get yourself right now in this moment and
Well,
just
you
No,
figure,
I'm
look at me,
free.
since Greg passed away, every day I have a challenge. Every day I cry. Every day. So every day I'm always trying to get through, every day of my life, you know what I mean? So my mind's like, I've got that I'm working through. It's like climbing a mountain for me.
24 years ago, I was lying on the couch, completely traumatized as everybody else was, watching the TV for the next update and unable to sleep that night, and just completely like as you know, the loss, the trauma, the pain, the sorrow, the not knowing what's going to happen next. The next day you wake up, you feel like you're in a freaking hangover, right?
Yeah.
The whole country did. And a lot of people probably drank a lot. Who knows? You know I didn't. I wasn't drinking at the time, but that whole trauma. But now I'm about breaking, because it's hypnotic. It puts you in a hypnotic state. So now I'm about wake up, get up, you're pay attention to your four corners, get outside, wake up your senses, activate them all, because your central nervous system needs that. You have
Stimulation.
you have to get it stimulated. Otherwise, you're going to be hurting yourself. You're trapped. And there's energy forces out there that thrive off of that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying from the beginning. When I met you, Cindy, over at the Source, like I knew I wanted to communicate with you right from the get go.
Thank you.
I was like, there's something really powerful about you. And at the same time, you shared too, just what you shared, but you share it in a way that it's of a learning. A lot of people can learn from you. I don't know to what level you like to share, but you do share a lot of things about your branding and stuff like that. I know that you share on here a lot too. But you know, one of the things is like you have something that I notice. There's something that I notice about you that you, like you said, every day is, you know, going up a mountain and stuff like that. I'm looking at you going like, man, she's at you know, I'm giving you like from the way and everybody looks at things from a different angle. You know what I mean? Like, so everybody's going, wow, that really, and so it's like, it's true. Like I always used to think of myself not as necessarily the victim, but I was the victim because I was looking at myself as defined by my past. That's the victim mentality. It's not the survivor mentality. Survivor mentality is like, oh, that happened to me and now I'm stronger from it. You learned your lesson.
A long time ago, this has happened years and years ago. I had a friend, we had like a little spat. I had a very good friend. And then we weren't talking and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden, we start talking again. It was really nice. Well, anyways, as we started talking, and of course we hugged and said we were sorry over something so stupid that she was very obsessed with her husband, and she didn't know why. You know, she wanted to be with him every 5 seconds. And she even said that. She goes, why am I so obsessive with my husband? Well, anyways, to make a long story short, we were going home. I said, bye. And I waved at her and she waved at me. And she was going to a party that night, to a housewarming party. Well, she doesn't show up the next day at work. And we thought maybe she called in sick. So the phone rings. I answer the phone. You know, I say, cosmetics, this is Cindy Gallegos. I go, can I help you? And it was somebody says, is your manager or your assistant manager there? And I said, my manager is off today, but my assistant manager's here. And then I go get her. Then she goes crying on the phone. We found out that she passed away that night. She went through the windshield. And that's how quickly and that changed me. That made me think, God, thank God we hugged and apologized and became friends, because I would have been thought of that forever. I saw her when she said goodbye to me. That's the last thing I remember when she left in her Honda. And she didn't come back the next day. Her and her husband went out. A 16-year-old drunk driver hit them head on the 405 freeway. And she didn't have her seatbelt on, and she went right through the windshield.
God works in mysterious ways.
That's right. I am so happy that I don't want to be mad when I go to bed at night, you know, because you don't know what's going to happen. But I learned from that. I learned that friendship, even if you're mad at your friends, just let it go. It's not worth it. And if they don't want to come back, okay, at least I have a good conscience. Because
that you attempted to let it go, that you put the energy into letting it go.
I am so grateful the Lord had us talk. Very grateful.
And with that said, we're coming upon the 3 o'clock out, the 3 hour.
3 hour time. Yeah, 3 o'clock hour, like 3 o'clock in the morning. No, it's only 10. It's not even 10 o'clock yet.
Okay.
How's the weather over there by you guys?
beautiful. And I'm
I'm
gonna
like, hold
wait
on.
for the sun to come down because I did my gardening today.
Okay.
So I gotta
How were
show
your
them.
fajitas? They looked yummy.
They were delicious.
Fajitas. We want
Awesome.
to, before I forget, I want to say thank you for the 12 views and the like from Michael on my Facebook. I do appreciate that for people coming by and saying hello. I want to say thank you to SSV Kitchen and Life. I want to say thank you to Todd for my
Our
end games. I want to
Hello,
say thank
SSV.
you, LaRue. Let me say thank you, Peyton. Thank you, Cons. Thank you, Andy Mon TV3. I want to say thank you to Brandon Palm Beach. I want to say thank you to the Days All My Life. Lisa, do you have anybody you would like to say thank you to?
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
I'd like to say thank you
Is
to
there
everyone
anybody
too.
there, Peyton? Anybody there, Todd, that you would like to say thank you?
I didn't join. I didn't come to my side. But I
Okay.
want to say thank you to Andymon. I want to say thank you to SSV Kitchen. I want to say thank you to the Days of My Life. Awesome name.
Yes.
I want to say thank you to that's what happens with age. Is that LaRue? Yeah,
That's
LaRue. Thank you
okay.
so much.
Yes.
They're getting worse. You know, somebody told me when I hit 40 years old that I was gonna start seeing these things with my eyes, and my eyes were gonna go back. I'm telling you, 2 days to maybe 2 weeks after I turned 40 years old, my eyes just started playing tricks on me.
You
Um,
just wait till you hit 65.
well, I'll be getting Social Security for 3 years, so I'll be okay. Maybe I'll be able to afford some glasses. Does it cover glasses, Lisa? Or you don't know yet? You don't know yet because you're not 65 yet. You
Mine
just
doesn't cover glasses, just the ophthalmologist, but I can get my eyes checked, but I still have to pay for my glasses.
I'll be 60 in a few days.
Lisa doesn't know yet. She
I don't
can't
know.
retire yet. She's not there yet.
That's really cool. So you're a Virgo.
A Virgo and a snake. I take more pride in being the snake than anything else.
Okay, so my grandma's is a Libra, and my and I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a Leo.
You're an eel.
I probably act like a Leo.
And I'm a Gen Xer, so that's even
I'm a
better.
boomer.
We're all you are a boomer, aren't
I'm
you?
learning new technology.
Cindy, you don't act like a boomer.
Yes, she does.
Maybe to you, but I don't see it.
Oh, on technology, yes. Everything
Yeah.
Okay,
else in my
maybe
life,
technology.
no.
Maybe technology, yes.
I'm
Maybe
a
technology because I have seen.
60% boomer.
But wait a
Put a
second.
makeup brush in my hand and I'm on my way.
But you have like three different things on. So right now you have didn't you say, Lisa, Cindy, you have like Facebook on, you have another like
Oh, I do.
No,
I
she
got
has
Facebook,
Facebook and she has YouTube
Instagram,
on.
Instagram.
Twitter. No, yeah.
Well, I'm so grateful for your time. I'm so grateful to be a part of this. I
All
thank
right.
you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you. I love you, ladies.
We
I love
love you
everybody.
too.
Have a wonderful
Good
evening.
vibes. Good vibes
Thank you so
tonight.
much. Great vibes.
All right, go
Thank
get
you.
some ass.
Bye,
Bye.
Bye-bye.
everyone. And we will see you on our next live.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Play
Good
that
night.
out.